with PAPALAW Perfect. Mondays to Fridays, 6:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. GMT. Mpɔtam morning show, building communities together with you. Mondays to Fridays, 6:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. GMT. Mpɔtam morning show, building communities together with you. Kataya, Ray Makatonda Yataya, Ruba Doga Daba, no weapon fashioned against us shall prosper. Lord, I thank you for the power of resurrection that is at work in my life and situation for a sustained breakthrough. In the name of Jesus, I ask for a deployment of the power of the Holy Spirit into your finances for notable and sustainable breakthrough. In the name of Jesus, I breathe on you the Spirit of God upon your life, upon your finances, upon your business. May the power of God come afresh upon you. I curse, I block, I thwart, I sabotage, I put down, I throw down every force of darkness contending with you. Let that power bow in the name of Jesus. For this is the day the Lord has made. May you rejoice and be glad in it. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. In his presence there is fullness of joy. At his right hand there are pleasures forevermore. By strength shall no man prevail. With God on your side, you are powerful than the powerful, stronger than the strongest. In the name of Jesus, when God is on your side, power is on your side, favor is on your side, glory is on your side. The glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former. I pray for you. May the finger of God come afresh upon you. May you be lifted. May you be elevated. May God grant you favor in every sphere of your life. In the name of Jesus, may God elevate you. May your going out be blessed. May your coming in be blessed. Wherever the sole of your feet shall tread upon, may you possess the place. I pray that any witchcraft coven plotting and scheming, planning and plotting against your destiny, let every force of darkness backfire by fire, backfire by fire. Break every conspiracy. Break in the name of Jesus. Break is your word, not like hammer, breaking rocks into pieces. I block, I break, I pull down, I throw down every works of the devil. I cover you in the blood. May the finger of God come afresh upon you. May God order your steps into all righteousness. May you be elevated. May you be favored. May God bless you with marriage, bless you with finances, bless you with wealth and riches. Rabadusa tokataya. Hey, Makatonda yataya. Rabadosata. Let victory be your portion. Upon Mount Zion, there shall be deliverance. And the house of glory success, and the house of Holy of Holies, and the house of, you are covered in the blood. You are favored. May you be lifted. May you rise and never come down. May God arise and let your enemies be scattered. You are covered in the blood. May you be elevated. May God cover you in the blood. By the efficacy of the blood, let every mountain crumble. Let every valley be filled. Let every crooked ways be made straight. I cover you in the blood. May God keep you safe. I pray for the church of God. I pray for the world. I pray for businesses. I pray for your career. I pray for your children. I pray for your child. I pray for your husband, your wife, your fiancé, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your helpers. I pray and prophesy. May your destiny helpers locate you right now. Break every force of darkness. May you be blessed. May you be lifted. Be blessed. Be lifted. Be exalted. You are covered in the blood. You are blessed and highly favored. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Swabadu Zatokataya. Red Makatonda Yataya. Rubado Gadaba. No weapon fashioned against us shall prosper. Lord, I thank you for the power of resurrection that is at work in my life and situation for a sustained breakthrough. In the name of Jesus, I ask for a deployment of the power of the Holy Spirit into your finances for notable and sustainable breakthrough. In the name of Jesus, I breathe on you the Spirit of God upon your life, upon your finances, upon your business. May the power of God come afresh upon you. I curse, I block, I thwart, I sabotage, I pull down, I throw down every force of darkness contending with you. Let that power bow in the name of Jesus. For this is the day the Lord has made. May you rejoice and be glad in it. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. In his presence there is fullness of joy. At his right hand there are pleasures forevermore. By strength shall no man prevail. With God on your side, you are powerful than the powerful, stronger than the strongest. In the name of Jesus, when God is on your side, power is on your side, favor is on your side, glory is on your side. The glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former. I pray for you. May the finger of God come afresh upon you. May you be lifted. May you be elevated. May God grant you favor in every sphere of your life. In the name of Jesus, may God elevate you. May your going out be blessed. May your coming in be blessed. Wherever the sole of your feet shall tread upon, may you possess the place. I pray that any witchcraft coven, plotting and scheming, planning and plotting against your destiny, let every force of darkness backfire by fire, backfire by fire. Break every conspiracy. Break in the name of Jesus. Break is your word, not like hammer, breaking rocks into pieces. I block, I break, I pull down, I throw down every works of the devil. I cover you in the blood. May the finger of God come afresh upon you. May God order your steps into all righteousness. May you be elevated. May you be favored. May God bless you with marriage, bless you with finances, bless you with wealth and riches. Rabadusa tokataya. Makatonda yataya. Rabado sata. Let victory be your portion. Upon Mount Zion, there shall be deliverance. And the house of Lawrence success, and the house of Holy of Holies, and the house of God shall be victorious. You are covered in the blood. You are favored. May you be lifted. May you rise and never come down. May God arise and let your enemies be scattered. You are covered in the blood. May you be elevated. May God cover you in the blood. By the efficacy of the blood, let every mountain crumble. Let every valley be filled. Let every crooked ways be made straight. I cover you in the blood. May God keep you safe. I pray for the church of God. I pray for the world. I pray for businesses. I pray for your career. I pray for your children. I pray for your child. I pray for your husband, your wife, your fiancé, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your helpers. I pray and prophesy. May your destiny helpers locate you right now. Rubado gado zateya. Regado mankoto mateka tekataya. Rabado gadaba. Break every force of darkness. May you be blessed. May you be lifted. Be blessed. Be lifted. Be exalted. You are covered in the blood. You are blessed and highly favored. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
Ghana for trusted me. NDC for no and information in Bremi. They don't trust in for no more. So we have security. No compromise. Please. Yanta will be a. So Bamini Krum. Now only part that send the hospital and passo 122 cities in T. Akola wawu 17-year-old awawu. Na akola newu on to bill near local. And when you see say individuals be fagane sika e betumi development mo see a person ewo say wo bekumi the easiest death ade a mempe say me hu me papa de wo si gi na ni wiase na fe wo be wo da ho na obre no awurade yi me nya accident pan me ko ana wo mo so mbekum do pam pan me wo me na be 5 minutes I'm gone. Ghana for trusted me. NDC for no and information in Bremi. They don't trust in for no more. So we have security. No compromise. Please. Yanta will be a. So Bamini Krum. Now only part that send the hospital and passo 122 cities in T. Akola wawu 17-year-old awawu. Na akola newu on to bill near local. And when you see say individuals be fagane sika e betumi development mo see a person ewo say wo bekumi the easiest death ade a mempe say me hu me papa de wo si gi na ni wiase na fe wo be wo da ho na obre no awurade yi me nya accident pan me ko ana wo mo so mbekum do pam me wo me na be 5 minutes I'm gone.
Magia afe loto mpo mo je tax wo loto so omo to bet no yes e beji omo 10% and also na ka eboa enkrofo kakaka ezu men ka say betting ye me to loto because meeting ye unya number now the mama and to intermediate mento Enti Ghana for air bread. Into almost see embeji omo. Lotto betting. Oh, we need better. Yabeji 10% usika. We have the men. Not knowing they were area boys.
The boy. To it, money does not like noise. Sika empe dede.
Senior and Obabijum, and also with Yaso Cassandra. The one who's a God of War, and then the God of War, and then your kind of war. You send them your back. Private schools cry on one by the town. And then also on back. Who says Cassandra? And then private schools about the town. Now, where your penny and get to be an anti-lady? Where your penny and to be?
Tax on bet winners.
You see,
nurses are suffering, and nursing trainees are suffering. Patients are suffering, students are suffering. Traders are suffering, pensioners are suffering. Drivers are suffering, contractors are suffering, civil servants are suffering, and farmers are suffering. Fishermen are suffering, and industries are suffering. Artisans
from their countries and buying mansions in Paris and in London and in Florida and driving private jets and helicopters and being addressed as their excellencies and honorables instead of being addressed properly as horribles.
I'm asking the gods of English to pardon me, Manufong Basa Basa Basa. I said that. But, say, Mankani Yekra, Nilante Banaman. Ah, Nilante Banaman, the end. Nilante Banaman.
When I look at the economic management team, it is quite clearly a fantastic team. Professor Jambafo, Dr. Akutose, Dr. Afriye Akoto, Honorable Alan Chiramanting, Boachi Ejaku, Ken Oforiata, Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafu. What a solid team. In fact, can anyone remember the NDC economic management team? I'm sure they themselves cannot remember who their economic management team was. Kukrudu, fellow Kukrudites, we were elected to fix the problems, and I'm glad to report that we are fixing the problems and we are putting in place the policies that will drive the economic transformation of this country. It is very clear that the economy is beginning to respond to the policies of Nana Addo Dankwa AKUFO-ADDO.
Yes, nature teaches. Which goat has one wife? Which dog has one wife?
What a blessed morning, 30th of August 2023, the year of our Lord. 56 minutes on top of the hour, 6 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. What a beautiful song by Minister Leah Cisse Dakon. Nyamia yimafia maniemu wayiwafia nimguasiemu. Good morning. Which part of the globe, wherever you find yourself? Good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's time for your favorite morning show, Mpɔtam with PAPALAW Perfect on PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live and rocking wide on www.mountainghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. Let's be in agreement with the songwriter, minister Leah Cisse Dakon, and appreciate God for all his mercies, his goodness, his protection. He's delivered you, rescued you from your enemies, and taking you out of distraction. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in him will I trust. 1,000 will fall at my side, 10,000 at my right hand. Only with my eyes I will see the reward of the wicked. What a mighty, mighty God we serve. God is good all the time, and all the time the Lord is good. So I want you to hit the share button, share the message on your page, on your timeline. Send the link to your friends. Tell your friends it's time for your favorite current affairs show. Mpɔtam. How clean is your community? Have you cleared the gutters, cleared the weeds, swept your compound? Put your house or your community in the right perspective. And by so doing, you have a healthy community. PAPALAW Radio, building communities together with you. We are the nation builders. All right, so we'll have a nice time on radio today. Wednesday edition of Mpɔtam Morning Show. I'll be sharing the weather forecast with you, and also the headlines, news that are making headlines in our various newspapers and news portals. We'll have the newspaper review segment. We'll have the editorial. We'll have Mr. John Apia, the president for African Chamber for Youth Development, and also the CEO of LA Consult, educating us. We'll continue from where we left off. We started this profound subject in discipline amongst the youth, or youth in discipline. We did the part 1 yesterday, and today we'll do the part 2. Don't miss it for anything. Here we educate, we inform, and above all, we entertain. And then we'll have a radio doctor also educating us. Dr. Brefua Paul Leslie of Standard Specialist Clinic in AKUFO-ADDO, educating us on tidbit about health. And then above all, we'll do politics with the politicians. What's happening in your community? Let's get interactive. Tell me about your community. What is happening? What are some of the developmental projects that are ongoing in your community? And what are the challenges you are facing in your community? Tell me about it. We are building the community together with you. Shot fired, fingers crossed. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from every evil. For thine is thy kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Forever, oh God, thy word is settled in heaven. May the word of God settle every issue in your life. Last 2 days, somebody reminded me, said, for some time you don't do short fired, fingers crossed. Interesting thing about radio is that those things maybe you underestimate. That is what somebody loves so much. All right, so crane, attention please. Crane. Assembly please. Crane. Went here. Ubeti. It was here. Utie PAPALAW Radio Mpɔtam Morning Show. You be on top. You always be abreast with what is happening, the latest happening in politics, in health, in social and cultural issues, religious issues, chieftaincy issues. We do everything, archaeology to zoology. So just stick and stay right here. this is the best place for you. All right, so let me acknowledge our proud sponsors, Nana One Shoes. Nana One Shoes is into sales of all kinds of shoes, bags, and belts for kids and adults. Nana One Shoes has quality shoes, quality bags, and belts. Contact Nana One Shoes on 0256 836112. Nana One Shoes is located at Tema Community 11, directly opposite Tema Community 11 School Complex. So contact them on 0256 836112. Nana One Shoes, quality is a hallmark. And then when it comes to photography, the only place to go is Shabak Photography, formerly Shabarich Photography. They enjoy all kinds of photography, passport size photograph, photo shoot for all events, for your wedding, your engagement, your birthday party, your naming ceremony, and all other events. Contact Shabak Photography on 0244 671593, 0244 671593. Shabak Photography is located at Tema Community 11, adjacent the Presbyterian University, Tema Campus. I want you to locate them now and come for your good shots. Shabak Photography will give you quality and beautiful shots. Now when it comes to food, the only place to go is Danny Joan Shepherd Foods. Danny Joan Shepherd Foods. They serve you with delicious meals. They also have delicious breakfast for you. They have delivery services also available. They have rice, fried rice, plain rice, jollof rice, plantain chips, yam chips. In fact, just go there. They have banku and tilapia. I forget. Banku and tilapia. Just go and enjoy your meals at Danny Joan Shepherd Foods. They are located at Tema Community 3, near the PV or being roundabout, Community 3. Contact Danny Joan Shepherd Foods on 0242 84 1783, 0242 84 1783. Danny Joan Shepherd Foods will serve you with healthy meals. Now when it comes to balloon decor, a wrapping of your engagement stuff, your wedding stuff, your birthday stuff, your naming ceremony stuff, and all other stuffs, the only place to go is Lotte-Law Balloon Decor. Lotte-Law Balloon Decor. Lotte-Law Balloon Decor is located at Tema Community 1, directly opposite Zenith Bank, TMA branch. Zenith Bank, TMA branch. Contact Lotte-Law Balloon Decor on 0542 37 1320, 0542 371320. Lotte-Law Balloon Decor. Beauty is a hallmark. PAPALAW Laundry and Dry Cleaning Services. We get you covered, all right? Our services are so affordable and we do a clean job. Ironing, dry cleaning, stain removing, 24 hours express services, carpet cleaning, pressing and folding. And you can bring these items and many more: shirt, kaftans, agbada, suit, wedding gown, jacket, trousers, and many more. PAPALAW Laundry and Dry Cleaning Services is located at Tema Community 11, adjacent the Presbyterian University Tema Campus. Presbyterian University Tema Campus. Contact PAPALAW Laundry Services on 020 725 2640, 020 725 2640. PAPALAW Laundry and Cleaning Services. You leave it and we clean it. Yemoye breye ne be ye efiminu mienu ara Ghana ye mene odia bon humodin se obema Ghana ate na ye fe na ye krojin se de be ya menu mienu benya apomuden. Obanyansafo ye buni beyan kanasem. Tia futu sem ya mede ma we se hwe ne ma Mpɔtam. Yo Ghana my mechiamo Ghana for mechiamo Africans mechiamo the global world mechiamo Gabon for money military ni so mechiamo won so say mon civilian rule biem. Hey, interested. I think revolution is coming to Africa. I'm telling you. If not West Africa, it's coming to Africa. The black man is now capable of managing its own resources. Let's see how it goes. Sometimes the military will come as the yardstick to our problems, but they come and they mess up. But let's see how these guys will go about things. But Gabon is the next casualty. Oh my goodness. The military has taken over Gabon. Government and all the issues that concern Gabon. Now the management of Gabon is in the hands of the military. Hey, let's go for our weather forecast for today. I want to welcome you once again. Good morning, the President of Ghana. Good morning, the presidency, the government. Good morning, the judiciary, the legislature. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, teachers, lawyers, students. Good morning, everyone. Show produced by GH. My co-host, David Santos, is missing in action. Get well soon. And the only PhD holder at PAPALAW Media, Ohineba Kofi Price. All right, so the weather forecast for today. Slight rain or drizzle will be experienced this morning over parts of southern Ghana. Over northern Ghana, thunderstorms are anticipated from late morning into the afternoon. Notifies the Ghana Meteorological Agency, GMET. Good stories are always repeated, like I always say. Slight rain or drizzle will be experienced this morning over part of southern Ghana. Over northern Ghana, thunderstorms are anticipated from late morning into afternoon. Notifies the Ghana Meteorological Agency, GMET. Now let's go for our headlines, news that are making headlines in our various newspapers and news portals. Ghana Hotels Association suspends high utility bills, protests over absence of police. AKUFO-ADDO, we will fortify security infrastructure to counter terrorism attacks. GS security agencies investigate assault case at Nkwetia Presby SHS. Mohamed Kudus needs time to adapt at West Ham. Chris Hilton. Police investigating suspected suicide of 39-year-old man in Koforidua. Planting for food and jobs phase 2 to create 210,000 jobs annually. AKUFO-ADDO assures very orchard 210,000. Modi a tronko Obe bibi anko waye da. Obampenyi obre na so December pepepa so. Yesi 2024 election year. Eno ane se mudi atro kakra na mo kan kware kakra asa. De enim sa mo be ye 2024 ano no. Atro nko a we wa hyase akokora atro ene ye ode. Wo di atro abetena Ghana so. Wasa di atro ene ekwa wiye. Atro nko a Ejuma no away. Ejuma no away. Where are the jobs? Omanpenyi, with all humility, where are the jobs? When you were in your position, you were using, how do you call it? Unemployed, whatever association. Meboa.
unemployed graduate association. That's right. And you use that as a campaign message, telling Ghanaian youth to repose confidence in you and vote you into power. And when you come, within 18 months, obesisa Ghana economy, obema Ghana asisa, oma penye juma newe. Sana John Buedu, so kochichwe bio, so koye die yo, so ensembina na wan numuo, se die na banisyo, MPP, policy se die gu akwanso no. Enche yebe kran krofofi amanone, amoma beyede, amoma beye juma newe. And then nipa dudu aye jobless, aye unemployed. It will blow your mind.
18 months of a new government of the NPP under my leadership, the face of our country Ghana is going to change. So within 18 months.
Within 18 months of the new NPP government. Over there.
18 months of a new government of the NPP under my leadership, the face of our country Ghana is going to change.
Within 18 months, the face of our country Ghana will change. Uye koshini papa. So be an country or me catch it. Uye koshini. Ejumane wa Ghana, the face of Ghana. Asesa. Only wo Dr. Baumia yasa ko share boss say Accra will be the cleanest city within 100 days. Me bacho Accra, a fimu fin, a whole capital town or capital city of Ghana, the Republic of Ghana. Oh, we fin adokroye. A fimu fin. O te wa say within 18 months, the new MPP government will change the face of Ghana. Ghana sisa, mon kan say. Baumia se hwan no mo asofre. O se de hwan no mo asofre. Yagusu emi se face na mo se masisa no. Eno ne brene ne Ghana for breno. Eno ne brene ne Ghana for ebreno. That's how it is. Mo yanim guase for atro no eye too much. What you say? And the President Mahama acted to say saint or acted to say angel as o media de da. O man panyi John Dramani Mahama tie wa ban no. Se also person saba ban mu a, people will judge you according to the way you came to lead us. Onya foforo. Entie ba umia se sa time no o se obi ebre nene Ghana for so madwomo musi sika ni ho enso mo nenam e na mu chesika oba umia u chesika aya nyamani wu se nka se ye nyina ye chesika but obi che more alanchre mate camp se o mu chesika Kennedy camp se o mu chesika chese say leadership is about money, right? Yate
Nurses are suffering and nursing trainees are suffering. Patients are suffering, students are suffering, traders are suffering, pensioners are suffering, drivers are suffering, contractors are suffering, civil servants are suffering, and farmers are suffering. Fishermen are suffering, and industries are suffering.
Artisans, masuma jomo, nurse for Mibisamo, Masuma Jomo, I saw for the Emiso Mamo Mudin. I saw for the Chasomon Count. Journalists in Swemiso Amoy Din. Any or more Mwaka. Who do you power? Money ma buying way, moya buying phone, ma tonsum, and I'm on the Ghana for so tonsum. Mo, you have drawn this country. You are sinking government and a stinking government. Corruption bomb ho ese kakadro ene hwentia. Mo ani wu papa. Yempanyifo abro ni bayiye no. Mo e bomb ho te se kakadro ene hwentia. E bomb ho te se e fom wisa ene garlic. Mo ho ani wu pa. Tie John Boadu ni so. Se ne watwitwa bio. Se je yesi otwa bi.
programs are ye dear Guhono, a bedu baby no, ye be crank of Fofia Manone, no mother yet to my Ghana. Massa. When watching our own, what Chenechima? No catch that is offer. Programs the core would go for more. Say, ye be crank of Fofia Manoneno. Oh, dear Yamebe. Yami who ye pass a crofo at Trodo Moody. It would be the Abba. Say Ghana for the mum. As I am a sre, anybody some but as I am a sre. Hey, John Wood, this or Mututia we, and can fault the moon. John Wood, what one you put do and pa when the shape be now? Ah, who papa. Wow, dear Yamebe. Say, Momo Senka Mobe imported ye radi. Me as some me kakras I am a me bufu, I am a mobo. Also, Mobe imported a juma. Hey, politicians. Mobe imported a juma for Bagana. No more be juanyasa. Now there's been an export of your own countrymen. And ne, a Mrantian Mabawa. Ebomu Jane Kobruchse for haters. They are going outside of the country. Many of them. Today, any youth you come across, apart from those who still want to be here, the rest want to, majority I should say, want to go outside Ghana. Yes,
Meanwhile, the African leader was busy looting from their countries and buying mansions in Paris and in London and in Florida and driving private jets and helicopters and being addressed as their excellencies and honorables instead of being addressed properly as horribles.
Professor Lumumba, medase Lumumba kasa wakasa mlinyina Jimmy Abrobeye any person kuminya ahomaso dwe ene dia bedru dia adri obehwe asiesie ne mine o lutu country no dia ko France no ne yi no ye investment mo ono obi mine so no mo manya so mfa so wa tua tax asa fankrofo adwuma wo ho na o mine ebre. We are committed to addressing concerns from Saturday's post. Evans Nimakon. Special Delegate Conference, MPP expected to engage presidential hopefuls. Modi bibi na ebesi. About to we na modi diagrono. Mo party nim na mu bedwitwa se ya. Me cry fa me ho bai. Komu ba ye nyamo so fa so 1% bo. Krono mu bedidi ye meye. Mo fu se yi ntoboase etwo. What one sikadie na ye mo de countryman Songo's voice or say sikadie basa. Songo so the oyensemo. And also I the chair goalkeepers. Anyway, no ye goalkeeper ma for penny secondary schools. Who a friend who pass. But also or stamina, formula. Hodin, chain, goalkeepers in Ibi. Down by shell to turn and hook on left, right. Songo no. Near me how papa, near mano. Police investigating violent altercation involving Newcastle Captain Jamal Lascelles. Outcome of MPP Superdelegate Conference. Not surprising, Professor Jambu. NDC threatens to sue EC over limited voter registration. Monsomoni easy idiot. Also Africa abai the boat techino. Ya the boba. Aba ya the boat techino ya the boba. Charlotte said by 9 PP4 come. Omobaye fa kwan bia so no mu yi maami fi mu. Omu yi maami fi mu amakotam fofraba. Maami enso MDC for mani nya asumdwe da Jimenza. Wo mo se until say wo obefi so no asumdwe pa de. Asamaba. Anyway, they should fight for their rights because Ghanaians must be part of this process. It's their civil right. So it should be open to everyone. Everyone should be part and parcel of it. Women in agriculture, stakeholders working to eliminate barriers affecting female farmers. Kofi Manu wants ash gold suspension lifted. Man gets struck by lightning twice in 5 minutes. Okoye dewo. Whoever becomes MPP flag bearer should adopt my 6-point plan. Kwabena eje Japan. Bema be yebi ameye ni nyina. Party a woman na amwa. How the other side by now we King Kong. MPP for ahoma so da no ani o. Bukulong tintiniti minim. Jusak condemns attack on Tamale District Court. Live worm found in Australian woman's brain in world first. Really? Planting for food and jobs, phase 2. Ghana should be food self-sufficient within 5 years. Brian Achampon. Lite Bugri Nabu's authentication, a positive judicial confession attached here. Na Bugri Nabu, wa wunye bodo, we a coward. Tape by one kasa wunim she. Tape by no, usi wunim she. Nyona record ye fine cause they say uko told osuma me ekoto recorder. Hey, more than more tro, mpanyifu atro kwa. Ma ekoto recorder. Ye to by na o say o hwese dem krofoni din komona. Da che bia na oka so mo kan ya ombe deny. Nti ene obe record yom. Bugri Nabu, the Anas of our time. Chairman supposed to call for proper recognition of Buzia for role in laying Ghana's democratic foundation. Sa papa we kura de ne ho abufu eyeme no. Chairman supposed papa panyi a wo wafu ene wo nan na sese wo de nam na wo enjoy. Also we are the presidential day affairs day parliament minister. Parliamentary minister, yes. Government there and then government there. A fine kusi. Osa kofa buzi ansa. Mode mo shema by na ye phone na munye ye. Any sa by force distortion of Ghana's history. Buzi anyen day. Kwame Nkrumah cry ayen day. September na musi yemfani na woda. Eno na omomanfo ne se wo mu di be di Founders Day. And yet, the more church no. Oh, dear, bad agenda, nko a. Eje buzi ade. Oye day. Don't shy away from selecting TVET institutions. Deputy Education Minister, Reverend for Jomichiao. Aftermath of Delegate Conference, MPP Elections Committee meet flag bearer Hope Force today. MPP Salam Mustafa accuses Mahama of hypocrisy over violent party tag. Lite implicated police officers to appear before committee on Thursday. Police for Isumoko Kanye Day. Mama Jinche Mutrimu. Bugri Nabuni and Nini Godingomo. Refi or time or not the regional minister. One thing says some of Kokai. Kenneth Japan arrives at MPP headquarters to meet elections committee. Now, and I measure election committee name is Renam. Dear, almost good committee is so crana Wenum. Kennedy obituary forms. Steve Harvey's wife, Marjorie, brushes off cheating rumors, lies, and foolishness. SEPA drags AG to Supreme Court over Ghana's weak asset declaration law. MPP Salam Mustafa accuses Mahama of hypocrisy over violent party tax. Man United goalkeeper Onana record for Cameroon qualifier. Now also back up. The only year or walk up, men come as a now baby in a ball club. We almost coach Jojo Keke. Won't come round soon, be a due position, dear Yano, or dear cock. On your croc the jaw. Rigobert, son knows and why no, or no uncle Bononchi. Why? On Bononchi, no Winnie. The same Apreku who said Rollins wasn't fit to rule is getting 0 votes. The fear backward. Hey, Mr. Zero. They say, my friend, Mr. Preku, my friend, Mr. Zero. On to about 60 regions. When you 1 vote. Was some papa. When you hey, Rollins or imagining boy, Rollins. Messi Mubenya is so president on a Kwame Nkrumah. Mubenya been just 100 years. A century na Mubenya be. On the way in which to pass us. So a secret was some 4th Republic. Near was Sampaya Nana Adodankwa AKUFO-ADDO. I shall protect the public purse or bois. Wababe be a purse in him. And what two can pretend or say, Moses Abini. Bugri Nabu State MPP must be joking if they think they can win 2024 with a partisan IGP or Manebuama or Maneno. I shall see to total trust. And it's Sabo. Let's see how he goes. Dr. Baumia's bid to lead the party may hit and knock political scientists. Made a Obia Bekwananye Dr. Baumia. And I have just one reason. Economy we are say or mind my day. Also say ye ma won fisa ban we mun sign MF for me wa ban. Ah. Adwai na kire into us why. Court adjourns case of policeman who allegedly killed girlfriend to September 19th. What am I crocro the John say ya? Yeah, the neck cut here, the neck basa. The next thing is, yeah, 5 years. No, Kwabanon in Namhona innocent so or call. Super Delegate Conference, MPP to hold emergency neck and National Council meeting on Wednesday. Airlines warn of UK flight delays over air traffic control fault. The end of headlines for today. 29 minutes on top of the hour, 7 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, online radiobox.com. Follow us on all our social media handles. PAPALAW Radio/TV. I'm going for a break. When I'm back, Alexis Smith is already in the studio to give us the latest sports update. Stick and stay right here. Mpɔtam Morning Show.
Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up.
All right, stand up for the champions. Stand up for Ronaldo. See Ronaldo.
CR7.
The guy cannot stop scoring.
CR7.
My goodness.
You know, even if he doesn't play well, he still scores. That's the main thing. Yesterday, he had a chance to score a hat-trick.
That's right.
But he gave the ball to his other player who just needs to start his season with a goal.
Wow.
Yeah, so he gave him the penalty.
And they say Ronaldo is selfish.
It's arrogant.
Always about himself. Oh my God. You see, I've come to realize that when you find out that someone is blessed, please don't fight them. Just get close and rub yourself around them and be blessed as well. But the focus has always been Messi, Ronaldo, Messi, Ronaldo. But these are two separate guys with different specialities. Let's accept that. And we are yet to, maybe we might not have their kind maybe going forward. Because we were looking at Mbappe and Haaland, but their flow
they are
to take time. It will take real
Messi and Ronaldo are just
different from different planets.
World-class players.
I'm telling you. So let's allow all of them to do their own thing in their own
way.
Way and quarters, so that they will break the records for us. For me, if Ronaldo and Messi even stop playing, watching football will be another.
It will be difficult for you.
Maybe Mbappe will encourage me to watch.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's my player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like him.
So Al-Nassr won 4 goals to nothing yesterday.
Mane scored
Mane
again.
was on the score sheet. I think he's beginning to find his feet.
The two duo. It's
up
working.
front is dope.
Something else.
So Ronaldo is the leading goal scorer right now in the league.
Wow.
You know, I think
38 years.
38 years. He always wants to win that Golden Boots trophy. So he has 5 goals and he has the most assists to 2, tied with another player.
Wow.
So 2 assists, 5 goals for Ronaldo.
That's amazing.
That's very, very amazing. His age, I think.
And they lost their first 2 matches also.
Yeah, they lost their first 2.
And
I think he wasn't in one of them. Yeah.
And they are now on fire.
On fire. I think we should, even if we work in different sectors, we should look at Ronaldo's work ethic, his mentality.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
At that age. Still thinking, hey.
He even trains better than the young guys in his team.
I'm telling you.
He gets to the training field earlier than the rest, maybe an hour before he starts training before
when you
the
look
coach.
at his body, everything flat.
Physique.
And you look, hey, my goodness.
That's a real professional.
And I'm told that he has all these facilities in his home.
A personal gym.
And so when he went to
trainer.
Man U, he said that those equipment, those facilities I saw
back then,
when I was 2009, I'm still seeing those things.
It means the club has improved. But when he said that, people were like, "Oh, you're talking."
They were just bashing the guy.
Yeah.
He said, "Okay, take your team. I'm going to Saudi Arabia."
Yeah, I'm very happy for you.
That's right.
And there was a story trended last couple of weeks about former Black Queens goalkeeper.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm told the former president has gone to
So former President John Dramani Mahama has provided her with a self-contained.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it's a rented apartment.
Wow.
Yeah, and she has been given an undisclosed amount of money.
Wow.
Yeah.
This one will win a vote for.
Yeah. So people are asking, is he doing it because?
Oh, you know, politician.
Because of.
No, he did that out of. I'm looking at it from 2 angles.
Yeah.
From a good perspective.
Being a philanthropist.
That's right. And then that will translate into vote. What is the purpose of a leader?
Yeah.
We vote for people to change our lives. So once you do those things, automatically you are informing the minds of the people.
Okay.
So it's in order. It's in the right direction.
One thing I'm always worried about is our ex-players trying to find life after football, trying to figure out what they'll do after football.
I also want to blame them. Sometimes it's not the system. The little you get, save some, enjoy some. Some of them are careless. They are spendthrifts. Some of them don't envisage their future after football.
Yeah.
So I think, look at Ronaldo. He has properties all over Africa here. Properties
in Morocco, big hotels and everything.
Yeah.
But with the Black Queens and everything, some said they weren't paid certain amounts they had to receive.
She's a lady. She could have learned a trade.
Yeah. Let's see. But sometimes, Prof, that life hits people differently. I'm glad through social media she has been able to get help. Yeah, receive help.
That's the power of social media.
Yeah, power of social media. Yeah. So I'm very happy for her.
Yeah, same here.
And to the president of the Ghana Football Association, Kets, he has brought something interesting. He says he's going to increase the competitiveness of the league. He will reward from 1st to 10th.
It's a scam.
It's a scam.
They will do. It's a scam, not as in he not going to do it, but he's doing it to win votes. He's doing it purposely to be the favorite. That's all.
Let's see if he puts in that work and it brings people on the field and makes everyone go.
Why should we wait until this time? That's my problem. Look at our president promising us annually, that is the whole year, out of planting for food and jobs and all that, the phase 2, we are going to have 210,000 jobs. Why didn't you do it long ago? That's the problem. How many months or years does he have?
I think the politicians know how we think. They know how we think. So last minute when they do something like that, we are like, hey, then we go back and put them in power. So they do the same thing repeatedly.
And I think it cuts across. It's not only the politicians.
Yeah, it cuts across every sector. So the Professional Footballers Association's award happened yesterday, and Saka was the Young Player of the Year.
Wow.
Yeah, some people were saying Haaland should have received it, but Haaland was the main Player of the Year because of his contribution to Man City's title. Yeah, so Saka was the Young Player.
I'm happy that he's winning it.
Yeah,
I remember when these guys missed their
penalty.
The insults
in the Euros.
Hey,
everyone reminded him that he's Nigerian instead of so
black.
Yeah, so Haaland is the PFA Player of the Year and Saka is the PFA Young Player of the Year. And Reece James' sister, Lauren James, is the PFA Young Player of the Year for the women's side. So I missed a controversy during the World Cup. Yeah, she has done well for herself. So back to transfer, this week is getting more exciting because it's getting close to an end. AC Milan are prepared to approach FC Porto with a new bid for Mehdi Taremi. Yeah, one of the best strikers from the Portuguese league. And Rafael Varane could be out for 6 weeks due to suffering an injury against Nottingham Forest. So more problems for Manchester.
That guy is an old defender. He should go and rest.
More problems for Manchester United.
He should go and rest.
You know, they are in for Chelsea's Marco Kurela. And Chelsea, they sent 2 million to pay for the loan fee, but Chelsea have rejected. But they still want him, so let's see. And West
is old.
Very well, but his experience. Sometimes you need people like that in the back line to teach the younger ones a thing or two. He has won it all, so the World Cup, 4 Champions League, you know, that pedigree is there.
That's right.
So West Ham are in talks with PSG over the signing of their striker, Hugo Ekitike. So West Ham are in this time. They are doing the business. They want to add players in after bringing the likes of Mohamed Kudus, James Ward-Prowse. You know, they mean business. I think they want to make top for this season. And Jordi Alba has retired from international football with Spain after 93 caps. Now he's going to focus on his Inter Miami. Fantastic left back. Very good. And an interesting thing happened quite recently. Malaga fans were furious with their board for not being able to buy players. You know, sometime back they were in the La Liga with the likes of Isco and Manuel Pellegrini as their coach. Right now they can't buy players. They're in the 3rd tier of the Spanish league. So do you know what their players did? They went to the airport and held jerseys. So anyone coming out of the airport, it was like they were welcoming a new player. They were showing their owners if you can't bring players in.
I see.
So Malaga fans are saying, if you can't sign players, because the club is going downwards. It's not
Malaga was doing very well.
Very, very well. It's not a club it once was. So
yesterday I enjoyed Leverkusen and is it Mönchengladbach or something?
Mönchengladbach.
Yes.
Leverkusen are doing well. Xabi Alonso.
The kind of formation.
The flow of the game.
Kind of thing.
Xabi Alonso is doing well. And he has been tipped to replace Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool if he leaves. So
he's good.
Yeah,
he's
very,
really
very good.
Yesterday they won by 3 goals to 0.
Very good. And João Felix, Barcelona are expected to activate the clause of João Felix in the next 48 hours.
That guy, if that guy was so formidable during the World Cup, Ronaldo would have, because he was missing a lot of those easy passes.
I think he's talented, but it's a mentality. He doesn't push. The talent is there, but he's not pushing. So, yeah, so this is all I have for sports today.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alexis Smith. Thank you for the sports update. All right, so stand up for the champions. It's 41 minutes on top of the hour, 7 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live and rocking wide on www.modernghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. I want you to hit the share button, share the broadcast on your page, on your timeline, send the link to your friends. Tell your friends. It's time for your favorite current affairs morning show in Mpɔtam. I'm going for a break. When I'm back, we'll do more. Stick and stay right here. In Central Way of mine be ye Now let's have our newspaper review segment. On the front page of Junior Graphic, protect children from radiation, buy devices with lower SAR value. Now on the front page of Daily Post, Baumia told so many lies in opposition that has now left him totally discredited. Kwachio Fosu. Presidency is corrupt. People have AKUFO-ADDO in their pockets. Bernard Mona. I said when was Akofa by Bernard Mona. Yampa. She said, oh, for the president, don't worry, he's in my pocket. We're in this country, we heard it loud and clear, nothing happened. Hairs never rolled. Mahama promises to set up independent value for money office to scrutinize all government projects over $5 million. We are waiting to see if that will work, but that isn't a bad idea. Sikanebro $5 million US dollars. Omampenyi Mahama said na buy any bar or be institute a whole independent value for money office. We hope it works, but as a Ghana no and as African, you pay creation of office too much, but the supervision and the enforcement is another thing. Don't bring any confusion to Ghana. God so paramount chief slams Jim Mensah. Nanano Mwanswa Kasa. On the front page of the Finder, integrated maritime strategy launched to safeguard territorial waters from criminals. YEA begins disbursement of funds to 2,540 beneficiaries today. First Lady launches unifying campaign to promote gender equality. For some now okra minim se wo hompo why di okra ma mo fun we mo de munima ne gender equality ene ko ti say mo na mo de ahomaso ahye ma bebre mu obi nka se memma anya adwuma memma ntu omho empon omo bra da bi but sa ka kire omo se oba uti ene bema ya mo nka sa asem ne nkire o nya isa gender equality in sensem tina sa affirmative bill na gusu da parliament no omo pass de ne mube tra yitri so. On the front page of the ABC News, Baumia's November 4th victory inevitable, predicts Brian a champion as he urges others to pull out. Eddie Ochre, oh, now Becca be say more uncontested. What I bet for myself rapture. Oh, Lusupa, just any mood Janifi Ghana mo. Bear share mammo. Near Munya Dinti, mo funimo nine among the parochial interest. Yema mona monku amope. Any and ne. First Lady launches unifying campaign to fight gender inequality. Special delegate elections, MPP grassroots have spoken. Nkwatia Presby SHS assistant headmaster relieved of posts following assault on students. The Daily Searchlight, hotels sinking under abnormal, not abominable, abnormal levies and taxes. Association says. And Aniomaya Yedie, a mamu funway, a day. It tells me Bria Tutum, say Bria Jumane, taxes are Cassia Regina, dear, Vati phone in Nemu, and HIS, so said dear son in Nemu, at day. CT Vets interact with industry to forge partnerships towards skill development. Work together to keep emerging maritime threats. President direct experts. On the front page of the Republic Press, all you need is land. Brian Champon sow seeds of agricultural revitalization. Napo cleared as ministry debunks ASAP and Imani's claims on gas sales agreement. MPP's Justin Kudia talks tough. Vows to crap whip on erring members. On the front page of the Metro Lens, Baumia declared presumptive MPP leader at Super Delegate Conference. Brian Champon. Zoom Lion support Guard Traditional Council. AKUFO-ADDO unveils ambitious phase 2 of planting for food and jobs to drive agricultural transformation. Jospon Group's finance director, others awarded at 2023 National Business Honors. On the front page of the Daily Analyst, government equipping Navy with drones, radars to improve maritime security. AKUFO-ADDO. IGP leak audio. COP Alex Mensah to testify tomorrow. We go see she ad hoc committee. Preserving Ghanaian cultures, modernized outdooring, heritage threat nobody's talking about. Kenya Japan meet MPP elections committee over showdown comment. Assistant headmaster suspended for assaulting female student. Tobinco rescues 2-year-old hole. Tobinco rescues 2-year-old hole in heart patient. Pays $10,000 for treatment in India. Nothing for boss. Why are they boss? Why are they? Mano. The informer Kwabena Japan exhibit political sportsmanship. Accept super delegates verdict. We are deeply worried for the future of the NDC. Jospon Group climbs higher. Finance director and others awarded 2023 National Business Honors. NDC senior lawyers angry over director of legal affairs appointment. PFJ phase 2 bags 200,000 jobs. AKUFO-ADDO discloses. Energy Ministry correct ASAP and Imani. MPA Deputy CEO grabs award. The Ghanaian publisher on the front page allow Adainimo Ejakun to context Kwabena Japan. President commissions Electrochem short mine today. NDC to sue EC over limited voter registration. Educhum appeals to teachers to support reforms. The custodian NHIS to receive $27.7 million from World Bank Group. Planting for food and jobs phase 2. Government to provide ready market for farmers. AKUFO-ADDO opens Africa's biggest salt mine and processing plant. These are on the front page of the custodian. The new publisher. Will AKUFO-ADDO's government jail journalists over LGBT reportage after he sweet-talked Kamala Harris? MPP elders call emergency meeting over Boache Jakun Adainimo 9-9 draw. That is September 9th draw. On the front page of the Daily Dispatch, over a year ago, June 23rd, 2022, our headlines was Canadian Japan could beat Alan Martin to third place. Exclusive EC's full results. Ghana's bold economic reforms yielding positive results. IMF. I voted for Bawumia because of his ability to take on NDC without fear. Mustafa Hamid. We will sue you if you limit voters' registration to your district offices. NDCs to EC. On the front page of the New Crusading Guide, round 2 of MPP conference, Bawumia will win by landslide. Baba Awal. AKUFO-ADDO Commission's biggest salt project in Adan today. YEA begins disbursement of funds. The Chronicle on the front page, AKUFO-ADDO tells business business gurus. Ghana sees safe, no piracy. Armed robbery cases recorded since 2022. World Bank helping NHIA to increase membership. How police rescue Tamale judge from jaws of marauding crowd. Why EA start disbursement of funds for garment and textile modulo today. Finally, on the front page of the authoritative daily guide, make arable land available to farmers for planting for food and job phase 2. Agriculture Minister appeals to traditional authorities. Graphical Bank confer on mutual interest. Country set for industrial hub. Infrastructure ready, Professor Diodu. Air pollution cause of NCDS in Accra report. The end of our newspaper review segment.
Asampayetia Obayansa fusu wo munibia wanka na asam Zema futu sam kakre wa supreme Yo kofi oman ya woman Omani ya mamana Genyi baby ako Wacha za ya wareni Wonsom wanini pa Asadipa wofioye
Moye Breye Nebeye Fimenu Mienora Ghana Yamenotia. 58 minutes on top of the hour, 7 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live and rocking wide on www.modernghana.com online, radiobox.com. 30th of August 2023, Wednesday edition of Mpɔtam Morning Show. Now the editorials for today. Court adjourns case of policeman who allegedly killed girlfriend to September 19th. The case of police officer Ahmed Chumesi who allegedly shot and killed his girlfriend at a doom has been adjourned by the Kumasi High Court for the third time. The court adjourned the case after the state principal attorney pleaded for more time to file documents including a witness statement. Inspector Ahmed Chumesi, the prime suspect in the alleged shooting of Victoria Dapa, appeared before the court for the third time at the Kumasi High Court. The court presided over by Rosemary Ba Tosu granted the plea and adjourned the case to September 19, 2023. The suspect was also remanded into police custody. August 28, 2023, the suspect reappeared in court. However, the state attorney requested time to file trial document. The accused person's counsel agreed, and the case was adjourned to September 19, 2023. With the accused remanded into police custody. On April 20th, 2023, the accused allegedly shot 27-year-old Victoria Dapa at a doom in Kumasi. Upon intelligence, the police arrested Inspector Ahmed Chumesi near Efijase, April 25, 2023. He was arraigned before the Asokore Mampong District Court on April 25, 2023, where he was detained for further investigations. Police investigations revealed that the suspect committed the act over a 5,000 Ghana cedis debt the deceased owed him. The Asokore Mampong District Court, presided over by Wabena Samoa Kwanza, committed him to trial at the Kumasi High Court. High Court 2 for the offense of murder. Ghana Hotels Association suspends high utility tariffs. Protest over absence of police. A protest organized by the Ghana Hotels Association to address the issue of high utility tariffs has been temporarily put on hold due to the police denial of protection for the demonstrators. Originally, the Ghana Hotels Association had planned to stage a march through the streets of Accra as a means of voicing their concerns regarding the exorbitant utility tariffs. Their primary objective was to bring attention to the escalating utility costs and communicate their grievances to the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, PURC. The association's protest was prompted by a staggering 167% increase in water tariffs that occurred in April 2023, resulting in a substantial financial burden on various hotels across the region. Despite the effort to engage with the PURC and advocate for a re-evaluation of the tariff situation, the endeavors have not yielded any tangible outcomes. The association has therefore indicated that it will continue to negotiate with the police for a resolution as all they sought was a revision of utility tariffs and not make any violent demands. They said members will resort to other means if the police refuse them protection. The president of the Ghana Hotels Association, Dr. Edward Aka Nyamike, addressing the press, indicated that our particular issue is with the adjustment that was done in February that increased the tariff. That is our focus, and that has created debt for the hotels. So we want that one to be reversed to what it was. Reverse it first, and then do the 8.3%. And if you can now talk about the new rate, that's a whole different ball game. Our focus is not on the new adjustment that is starting from the first, even though that is a discussion for another day, because it means that the rates are high. So either way, there is an issue. Chairman Sabonsu calls for proper recognition of Buzia for role in laying Ghana's democratic foundation. The majority leader, Chairman Sabonsu, has emphasized the importance of recognizing individuals who paved the way for Ghana's current state. He highlighted the significant contributions of former leaders like Dr. Kofi-ADDO Buzia in solidifying Ghana's democracy and establishing its foundation. Addressing an event in Kumasi held to honor Dr. Kofi-ADDO Buzia, the majority leader underscored the pivotal role the former Prime Minister played in enhancing the country's democratic values and driving its development. Dr. Buzia believed in strengthening Parliament to resist dictatorship. In those days, Parliament was used to cause a lot of mischief in governance. Parliament was used to distool chiefs. Parliament was used to sack judges. Is the reason why the Constitution after 1966 have made adequate provision to stop this. Parliament cannot legislate matters concerning chiefs. Parliament cannot overturn judgment from the court. Until we had this, Parliament could overturn judgment from the court. These are the occurrences which have informed our current drive in governance. Parliament by Article 56 cannot legislate to impose a one-party state. In 1960, we had a one-party state. Is the reason why Article 66 also provides that the president has only 2 terms. You cannot have a life president who will go on indefinitely. Again, thanks to Dr. Buzia. Additionally, he shed light on specific instances where Dr. Buzia contributed to the nation's progress and clarified certain misconceptions and controversies that surrounded his political career. Busia was in many ways misunderstood. In the construction of the AKUFO-ADDO, the argument was that as a country, we shouldn't pull all our eggs in one basket. If there is any misfortune, the nation will suffer. So the advocacy at the time was that Ghana is blessed with so many rivers that traverse almost all the regions. So we could have a dam on Prague to serve the central region, another one of Finso to serve Ashanti region, and Cobra to serve the western region. That was the advocacy. And yet the whole thing was overturned that Busia didn't want the AKUFO-ADDO Dam to be constructed. When the motorway was going to be constructed, Busia said we shouldn't do that, and he was misunderstood. The reason which gave it had been estimated that the cement and iron rod that was going to be used on the motorway would be able to build 250,000 two-unit houses. At the time, the housing stock in both Accra and Kumasi was lower than 200,000. So it was like building two cities that would not be occupied at the time. And Busia was lambasted. He insisted that we could do a normal road and not a motorway. Today in Ghana, the housing deficit in the region is in the region of 1.8 million. Sadly, extreme partisanship and political polarization hampered the celebration of our national heroes. It is my humble plea that as a people, we honor the men and women who blaze the trail, regardless of tribe or religion or political affiliation. Mensa Bonsu added. A former chairman of the National Peace Council, former bishop of the Methodist Church, Most Reverend Professor Emmanuel Asante, also called on stakeholders to ensure leaders who have contributed immensely to nation building without political lenses in order to make it easier to steady their works for the benefit of the nation. We need to take these leaders out of antagonistic politics and place them within the context of education so that students should be able to learn the kinds of things they have contributed, and then we will be able to replicate them in our socio-political context that we find ourselves in. What I'm saying in respect of Dr. Busia, I'm saying it in respect of other leaders of our country who contributed. These are people we need to learn a lot from. The director of the Busia Institute of Rural Democratic Development, Bert Ananie J, also supported the call for Dr. Busia to be celebrated. 45 years after the demise of a person is relatively long enough to forget such a person and all that he stood for. But Busia is survived by the great legacy he left behind, said Ananie J, Executive Director of BET. Phase 2 to create 210,000 jobs annually. AKUFO-ADDO assured. President Nana Addo AKUFO-ADDO has assured that the second phase of the planting for food and jobs will create an annual average of 210,000 new farm-related jobs. The new phase, according to the president, will exclude other jobs along the agricultural value chains. The president disclosed this when he launched the second phase of planting for food and jobs in Tamale. President AKUFO-ADDO added that the next phase of the program will ensure enough food security and job creation. The impact of the program is expected to be in the area of job creation, with some 1.2 million farmers to be enrolled in the first year. In the next 4 years, the program is destined to record an annual average of 210,000 new farm-related jobs. President AKUFO-ADDO on Wednesday, April 19, 2017, launched the Maiden Planting for Food and Jobs program at Goso in the Afro region. The move was to represent the government's key initiative to modernize agriculture, improve production efficiency, and achieve food security and profitability for farmers. The move was to it targeted a significant increase in agricultural productivity and pursued a value addition strategy aimed at rapidly ramping up agro-processing and developing new and stable markets. NDC threatens to sue EC over limited voter registration. Director of Legal Affairs for the National Democratic Congress, Warden Eduzi Tamaklo, says the party's legal directorate will consider exploring legal means to challenge the legality of the Electoral Commission's decision to hold the upcoming limited voter registration at its district offices. The Commission last week announced the commencement of a limited voter registration for eligible Ghanaians who turned 18 years after the 2020 registration exercise and other eligible voters from September 12, 2023 to October 2nd, 2023. The NDC argues that if the EC is allowed to go by its plans, most of the new voters will be disenfranchised. Mr. Tamaklo says his team will challenge the legality of the exercise. The EC is applying the same law to only limit the registration to the district offices. To explore all the available legal channels to ensure that it will get an outcome that will allow the elections to be more decentralized. We want to ensure that all our MPs are duly protected within the confines of our law. We will definitely do that, the Director of Legal Affairs for the NDC said. 7 political parties in the country on August 21st were unhappy with the decision by the Electoral Commission to restrict the upcoming voter registration exercise to 8 district offices. According to the political parties, such a move would disenfranchise a number of Ghanaians who have attained the voting age. They want the commission to instead open up the process for the exercise to be conducted at the electoral areas. 7 political parties have thus promised not to rest until the EC registered every eligible Ghanaian who have attained the voting age. According to the chairperson of the EC, she means that the exercise will be held at all the 268 district offices of the EC across the country. Blame government, not educational institutions, for abandoned Get Fund project. PAC chair, the chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee, PAC, of Parliament, Dr. James Kluche Aveji, says the abandoning of Get Fund project the various educational institutions shows a lack of interest by the government to ensure their early completion. Thus, it is unfair to blame or question the management of those schools for abandoned projects under the Get Fund, which they do not control or fund from the institutional level, he said. This is as a result of misplaced priority on the part of government, he said, during the zonal sitting of the PAC with technical universities and colleges of education on the 2021 Auditor General's report in Tamale. The PAC sitting was to scrutinize institutions in the 5 regions of the north on the report and check whether measures have been put in place to adhere to the audit recommendations for further action. The institutions that appeared before the committee during the sitting told the PAC that their follow-ups on the abandoned project indicated that the contractors left the site because they were not paid. 12 projects at the Dr. Hila Liman Technical University under the GET Fund at various stages of completion have been abandoned. These include the Students' Hall of Residence, Rectors' Residence, and 10 staff accommodation units. The purpose of the GET Fund is for infrastructure development. The government should focus on that rather than areas that are not the main plan of the fund, Dr. Aveji said. Procuring tablets for students when the abandoned classroom project is a misplaced priority, he said, and added that institutions were not in position to answer questions in such instances. Superdelegate Congress, MPP to hold emergency NEC and NC meeting on Wednesday. The governing New Patriotic Party will on Wednesday, today, August 29th, hold an emergency meeting of its National Executive Committee, NEC, according to a statement signed by the General Secretary of the party, Justin Kodia Frempong, GFK. Another meeting will be held later in the day by the National Council. This comes off at the back of the Superdelegate Congress organized by the MPP on Saturday, August 26th, to cut down the number of flag bearer aspirants from 10 to 5 ahead of its National Delegate Conference in November 4. Vice President Dr. Baumia emerged winner at the polls, garnering 629 of the total vote cast. Japan and Lanche Martin, Dr. Fia Koto also made the top 4. However, the party is expected to hold a runoff for Mr. Francis Adainimo and Mr. Boache Jako next week, Saturday, to decide the fifth candidate after the two tied up at the end of the polls. Again, some allegations of vote buying and attacks were made, which marked the Superdelegate Congress. In view of this, the meeting by NEC and NC is expected to address these controversies. The end of our editorials for today. 80 minutes on top of the hour, 8 a.m. GMT, the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live and rocking wide on www.modernghana.com, online radiobox.com. I'm going for a break. When I'm back, Mr. John Appiah, the President for African Chamber for Youth Development and also the CEO of LA Consult, will join us. Mpɔtam Morning Show.
So go wafa. Timpawa way yes na winya. Yami shira, mama ni paya zefoa. Enyanum. Yafanya misroye jumana nyami besroyen. Obraya boya. Yamoya muraye. Ebe ya efi yanara. Mama beye ya efi yanara. Hejano mapopo. Asite beye ya efi yanara. Zemkabwe. Mama beye ya efi yanara. Azize. Yamoya muraye. Ebe ya. Yafa enye bengawa. Mama beye ya efi yanara. Yanaro. Yamoya muraye. Ebe ya efi yanara. Ese abrabe ya efi yanaro. Yumaya asite be ya efi yanaro. Ama be ya efi yanara. Yamoya muraye. Ebe ya. Yajobi yazo. Efi yanaro. Yamoya muraye. Saheba wokara na washawa. Ama ya efi yanaro. Ama ya. Yamoya muraye. Wasa chibara wadongara na wasaya. Efi yanaro. Yamoya muraye. Ebe ajaja ebe. Ama ya efi yanaro. Yamoya muraye. Ebe ya efi yanaro. Asampaetia Obayansa fusu wo munibia wanka na asam Tema futu sam kakre wa asupeme Yo kofi Oman ya woman Omani ya memana Genyi baby ako Watata ya warenyi Wonsom wanyinyi pa Asadi pa wofyoye Yamo yemberaye Ebe ya ifiyana Omay ya woman
I'm promising you, within 18 months of a new government of the NPP under my leadership, the face of our country, Ghana, is going to change. Within 18 months of a new government of the NPP under my leadership, the face of our country, Ghana, is going to change. Within 18 months of a new government of the NPP under my leadership, the face of our country, Ghana, is going to
electricity tariff, no, yeah, about the tissue, we're coming to reduce electricity tariff.
I'm not saying to you, secret, yo.
And yet to me, I'm never quite for say, the Bible Bubble Chrono, my Tassegana Fosica, about the same go to quote. Yeah, nothing I'm never to me. Yeah, but. She share pa ebo man is say ya e betumi amagana e tupo e mesika e na hoto e ne adwuma e tumi abo man na Ghana so ayede e tumi akone ni Ghana ya ya mobododo ya ya mobobradodo yeti sikaso enso akonde yeti sikaso enso akonde Onyakubo mame kwana meba ye bani ama the sesa sande me yina e masikano na ele banso o
In the first 2 years of an MPP and administration, under this Infrastructure for Poverty Eradication program, where every constituency will get $1 million every year for rural and deprived communities. Under this program, there should be no village or community in Ghana after the first 2 years that would have a water problem or a toilet problem.
President AKUFO-ADDO, member showdown. Vice President, member showdown. So, Mama chasing me agent. I'm not going to shut them. What do you yes, but President, not challenge President AKUFO-ADDO anytime. Oh, yeah, I'm telling you. No person go position. I'm a good position. Jimmy MPP for Jimmy, me who be stupid people. I don't know why I belong to that political party.
I shall protect the public purse. 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 Manone no mabe yejuma ogana. Na se juma asem na yeka New Patriotic Party programs are ye diegu hono ebedu baby no ye be kran gofo fia manone no mabe yejuma ogana. Na se juma asem na yeka New Patriotic Party programs are ye diegu hono ebedu baby no ye be kran gofo fia manone no mabe yejuma ogana.
And debate the NDC solutions and plans for our country. Our plans will include an aggressive job and entrepreneurial program in the public and private sectors that will deliver a minimum of 250,000 jobs every year. And a total of more than 1 million jobs across the country by the end of my term in office in 2024. We will put Ghanaians back to work to earn a decent living. We will, as part of an Integrity for Development Action Plan, launch what I call Operation Sting. Operation Sting will be an anti-corruption crusade which under my watch will involve massive, far-reaching and practical government reform. It will be a ruthless system that fights against all corrupt political appointees and public sector workers. It will be a requirement for all who serve in my government to publish their assets declarations and have the same audited by the Auditor General. Of course, the elephantine size of government, consisting of 125 ministers or more, we have been burdened with over these last 4 years, will be reduced drastically. And one television, one man, one fridge, one man.
All right, so welcome back. One man, one fridge. Hey, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Anyway, 29 minutes on top of the hour, 8 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, online, radiobox.com. It's time to be educated, and we can't be educated without this fine brain, this wonderful personality, a man I revere so much. Mr. John Apia, Your Excellency, good morning. Your Excellency. Your Excellency.
Hello?
Your Excellency. Hello? All right, so sorry, we're having issues with the phone line. We'll do our possible best to get back to him. Your Excellency.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Wow, a devil is a liar. Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Chief.
How are you doing?
Oh, by God's grace, we are fine.
How's the family and business, everything?
We are doing very well by His grace.
Briefly, tell us about Early Consult and African Chamber for Youth Development.
The Early Consult is a human capital development organization that focuses on providing interventions for organizations and businesses with regards to the management of the human resources or the people that they work with. So we essentially engage with businesses and we provide for them training solutions to be able to ensure that they are able to make the best out of the people they are working with. And then the African Chamber for Youth Development is an NGO that is dedicated to empowering young leaders, giving them the necessary skills, giving them the necessary competencies they need to allow them to be very impactful in the society and wherever they find themselves operating.
We can't talk about youth development without your office and your expertise. And so we discussing this subject. Yesterday we started with this whole subject, indiscipline amongst the youth or youth indiscipline. And you gave us a powerful point. But for the benefit of those who were not here and the benefit of our listeners, of course, if you can just give us explanation to the real meaning of youth indiscipline, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay. So yesterday we were trying to lay the foundations to help people understand what youth indiscipline is and why it is on the rise or the ascendancy in our country. And if you cast your eyes across the continent, it is something that is rising, not just in Ghana, but in almost every other place. You find Africans, and then you find young people. You see there's a rise in the incidences or in the occurrences of indiscipline acts usually perpetrated by young people. And it's not just an African problem, it's a global problem, because in every country there are young people, and of course not everybody is as disciplined as we may want to be. So we were driving home the fact that young people play a critical part in ensuring a certain level of peace and serenity in the society. So when these young people go off the tangent and begin to do things that does not inure to the peace and development of the country, then we can say that yes, these young people are engaging in acts of indiscipline. And yesterday we drove home the point that indiscipline simply refers to a scenario or situation where the people in a particular society decide to go against the laid down laws, regulation, norms, and then decide to take matters in their own hands and do anything they want for the purposes of just ensuring that they are able to do something with themselves. And yesterday I was very emphatic on the fact that for us to be able to deal with the matter of indiscipline, people will always have to ask themselves this question, that whatever I am doing, if it is done to me, will I be happy about it? Because people will attempt to try and defend what they are doing, saying that it is not against the Constitution, it is not illegal. But you see, when we talk of matters of indiscipline, it goes beyond matters of legality. Mm-hmm. And it even tapers into the issues of immorality and then matters like that. So it's about ethics, it's about your conscience, and it's about you asking yourself that if this thing is done to me, will I be happy about it? And that alone should guide, yes, that should guide us in our choices, in our actions, in our decisions. And then I am very convinced that we'll be able to make a headway in dealing with the matters of indiscipline. We were also quick to add that there are several causes of indiscipline, ranging from the impact of the breakdown of societal institutions, the failure of parents to do what they are supposed to do, the schools, religious organizations, and then of course the mass media. I put a lot of blame on the mass media. Yesterday I was on TikTok, and the level of nastiness that was being perpetrated, I just couldn't believe
nudity, and nobody cares.
Yeah, these are the people that are getting all the likes, they are getting all the accolades, and they are being interviewed by the bloggers left, right, center. And I am just appalled at the way social media And then we in the mass media too are trying to, encourage things like that. I was telling one of my colleagues that honestly, if a young person of maybe between 12 and 15 is on TikTok and is watching the way people are twisting and turning, the way sex tapes are leaking, the way people are being indisciplined and acting in a way that you just cannot understand, it will influence these people because they live their lives on these social media handles. So today, I hope that in the course of our conversation, we can draw some lines and make some very strong suggestions that will help us to be able to deal with these matters of indiscipline in the society.
Your Excellency, there's been this wave of coup d'etats in Africa. Most of the time, the youth are in support of it. It started from Mali, Burkina Faso, Guinea, Niger, the current one. And now the most current is Gabon. Yeah. And the youth are jubilating in a jubilant mood about somebody will say, those of us who believe in democracy will say illegality. Your take on that?
Look, I cannot in any way understand why the leaders we have in these countries, I mean in African countries, sometimes they don't learn lessons from what is happening around them. In this particular instance of the coup in Gabon, you see, I condemn on every term and any way you want to see it, coups are not the way to go. But where you have obstinate leaders who are adamant to what their people are saying, and even in spite of the difficulties they have ruling and leading people, sometimes as a result of illness or physical illness or restrictions that doesn't make them fully sound to be able to lead people, but yet still they don't want to relegate power or they don't want to let go of power. It is just absurd. You just can't understand. So the point is that, look, we need to really sit up. We as Africans, we have a lot of potentials, we have a lot of minerals, we have a lot of natural resources and all that, but until our leaders are able to sit up and begin to really think about the next generation. Look, leadership is not for families. Leadership is not for clans. It is not for certain tribes. It is not for ethnic groups and all. I mean, it is for everyone who is capable of leading.
That was the situation in Gabon.
Yes, and in some other African countries, yes, people are turning things into dynasties, and then when they are leaving, they want to have their party in power. How can one particular political party be in power for over 50 years? I mean, what is the essence? Look, bro, sometimes I really get so disturbed and angered and agitated. Sometimes I blame young people to the extent that we are not also trying as hard as possible to put ourselves out there that we are the alternative. We can do better, and it is always these people in their 60s and in their 70s on retirement with no fresh ideas, and these are the same people that stand for power. And we look at the situation in Nigeria. There were relatively young people, but people decided to go the other way. Is it a system that is manipulating?
The man who, sorry to say, no personal attack, a man who struggles to work, a man who struggles to, have stability when he's doing things, and we think that is the man for us. Can you imagine?
I'm just sad at the way things are going. Yes,
anyway,
but we still have hope that one day things will turn out for the better.
One step at a time, we'll get there. So what impact does exposure to various forms of media and technology have on shaping attitudes and behaviors related to indiscipline in young individuals?
I will always quote one of our teachers in, I think his nickname was Wabam. He makes the comment that
go and attack the trees.
Exactly. He made a point that a calculator in the hands of a fool is a weapon. Wow. I mean, and it was something that at that time we were just laughing about it. But think about it. You see, I have always maintained that technology, social media, mass media, they are neutral tools, but it depends on who handles or who is managing or who is utilizing these tools that will determine whether they are good or bad. Okay, so we should see the media, we should see the technological tools and advancement as neutral tools that we have to decide what we do with it. Look, if you take something as popular as TikTok, there are people on TikTok who are using their social media handles to positively impact society. They are raising funds to support the poor in the society. They are giving of their time to empower other people in other places. And there are also other people that are using the same social media to perpetuate illegalities, immorality, and a lot of unethical things. And it is the same social media. It is the same social media that somebody is using to preach. It is the same social media that somebody is also using to dupe people. So the neutrality of social media, the neutrality of technological advancement and technological tools and artificial intelligence and all that, it is the people handling or using or utilizing these tools that will have to make it a point to make a positive impact out of it. I am on TikTok. I'm not dancing on TikTok. I'm not shaking my body on TikTok. I am positively attempting to influence people. Nuggets of some of the things that I've said on other places and in other interviews and elsewhere, I put it on the platform. And I get constantly people responding and people liking and people warming up to the fact that it doesn't have to be all about nudity on social media. It doesn't have to be about obscenity on social media. It is unfortunate that for some of us who are trying to do the positive things, we don't have essentially any followership. But we don't mind. We'll continue to do the best we can, little, one by one. We'll be able to influence as many people as we can to be able to do something very positive with themselves. So the impact of technology, I will be very surprised if people think that technology is for evil or technology is to perpetuate indiscipline in society. It is the people utilizing these tools. That is the most important thing. You ask yourself on a daily basis, what are you using these things to do? People are using WhatsApp platform to dupe people and they are constantly frauding people on calls and hacking people's WhatsApp platforms and using it to spread a lot of news that are not genuine and correct and a lot of scams. All right. So I am always of the view that when it comes to technology, when it comes to the computer, when it comes to the internet, it is a neutral tool, but it depends on whoever is handling this tool that can decide to use it for good or for negative. So that is where I really think that for those of us who are in the mass media especially, and those of us who are privileged enough to have a lot of followership on social media, we should act as gatekeepers, proper gatekeepers, to be able to filter and ensure that whatever it is that we put out there, it is able to influence people positively. Look at the Arab Spring and look at the uprising that occurred there. It was something that trended on social media, or it was essentially provoked by the power of social media. Now the power of hashtags. Look at the time we went through Doomsaw and the way social media, people were able to utilize the power of social media to agitate for change and then all that. So these are all very neutral tools and very powerful tools that we need to make a conscious effort to make the best out of these tools. So rather than allow it to negatively affect our society, we should look at ways we can use it positively to make the world a better place. Until we get that mindset, until we get that notion, it is going to be extremely difficult. And for people like you who are on radio almost on a daily basis, you need to make a decision to set a positive agenda, to set an agenda to impact society. Yes, report the news, say it as it is, but as much as you can, put in something that would help people to still have hope and still be able to move in the right direction, because negativity sells, no two ways about it. But at the end of the day, we need to set a positive agenda to be able to make society a better place.
Don't you also think that this monetization has brought all this mess?
Yes.
When we started social Facebook Live, it was very decent until the introduction of some of us. Honestly, I don't want to display my ignorance on radio, but I didn't even know when this monetization thing came. My interest was to see people come live. I preach, I do whatever I'm led to do, and I go. I didn't have any thought or mentality about money. I mean, coming on Facebook and getting money. But today, it looked like when people have nothing to say, look at their captions. When you listen to the whole tape, there's nothing connecting to the topic. Don't you think that's one of the factors? Everybody, when they are even insulting, I hear them saying, I don't, up to date, I've not been educated about press the stars. Somebody say, press the stars for me, press it.
Send me a token. Look, I was on Podbean. You've heard of Podbean, the application called Podbean,
that's right?
Yes, and I was listening to a man who called himself a prophet, and he was preaching on the Podbean. And then when you enter, it mentions your name. So you mentioned my name and said I should share the link. I should like the show and share the link. And I didn't mind him. Then he came out to attack me personally. That he doesn't understand some people. So if you're not going to share the link, if you're not going to share and like, so why are you here in the first place? And I'm like, so if I don't share, does it in any way invalidate what you are saying? And you know, the craze for numbers. Like Charlie, all those other social media platforms and other things, Charlie, we have to be careful. People are killing people there, and people are telling people lies that, oh, I see you have a spiritual marriage. I see that there's somebody holding your leg here, and it is all just to make people. Charlie, bro, I don't even want to go into that. But the point is that, yes, monetization is driving a lot of people. We see that money is the root of all evil, and the lack of money also is also making people even do crazier things. I heard one very funny thing on social media when somebody called into a show. I think it was a Malam or fetish piece or somebody like that. I was like, oh, if you give me 100 CDs, I'll give you 200 CDs. If you give me 300, I'll give you 400. And the guy said, okay, do you know what? I want to give you 1 billion. Then the effective are like, do you want to come and spoil my show for me? Leave the line and go somewhere else. I'm like, if you're not ready for 1 billion, then why are you doing with 1 million? You know. So the point is that the craze for money, the craze to make ends meet, the craze to get likes, the craze to just make sure that you are popular on social media, that is what is driving a lot of people. And I'll be honest, there are people that have genuinely made a lot of money out of social media. You can't take it away from them. There are people who have very large followership on YouTube, and they are using their YouTube channels to do a lot of very positive things. All right. So we cannot say that everybody is driven by the love of money, and therefore people are doing very absurd and very unruly things on social media. There are some that are actually using their social media handles for positive or for the right things. Today, look at the discussion we're having. We're talking about youth indiscipline. You could have decided to talk about sex tips. You could have decided to talk about any other thing. And I won't be surprised if you decide to go into sex tips and sex styles and all that. The viewership will grow within a matter of seconds because that's what people want to hear. All right. But at the end of the day, we keep asking ourselves, what are we doing to positively affect society? What are we doing to positively influence the people that are around us? All right. So I think that, yes, the craze for monetization is pushing people out of the limits, but we should get to the point where we as viewers will decide that I am not in any way going to subscribe to this channel, no matter what they do. And you know, there are a lot of channels people are subscribed to secretly that they are watching deep in the night that you have no idea about. Sometimes I go to some of these social media pages and then I see people I revere and respect making comments at certain places. And I'm like, hey, Charlie, people, they do things. So meanwhile, they will not come and post on their page these negative things, but they are going to make a very silly comment under a post, and they are forgotten that the internet never forgets. And because we are all friends on social media, anywhere you go and make comments, I'm able to see it. I remember vividly in some time ago when I used to work with the British High Commission, there was an issue where I think somebody used, at that time, the sitting vice president's Twitter handle to go and like a porn tweet. And it went viral. Eventually, the person handling the account had to pull the whole account down. You know, so the things like things like comments, things like sharing, it has a way of appearing in your feed. So if you don't want anything to do with it, don't even go there in the first place. All right, but that's another conversation for another day. But the point you are making and the point I'm also making is the fact that, yes, we cannot blame the monetization as the only reason why people are doing indiscipline acts or perpetuating acts of indiscipline on the social media handle. Imagine they go there, nobody goes to watch them. Go and watch. That's why they keep doing it.
Anyway, so what impact does exposure to various forms of media technology done? As you rightly said, I think I've learned something from what you shared, that it depends on the intent, what the person is doing, and what the person expects his or her followers to also buy into. So I think it's a great point. So are there successful examples of programs or initiatives aimed at tackling youth indiscipline? What strategies have proven effective?
Yeah. I think that one of the key things that has to be done is for very key influencers to also make it a point to be able to steer or direct the youth in a particular direction. You see, we've had enough of the jokes and the entertainment. It is important, but look, we should make a conscious effort to also include educating and empowering people using the power of social media to be able to advance this conversation of improving the level of discipline in the society. All right. So there are a number of people that are very powerful and popular on social media who also use social media to also positively affect people and influence people. And if I attempt to mention names, it will be something else. And I don't want to create that controversy in the system. But the point I'm making is that there are some people with a lot of huge followership who are doing a lot to positively affect and then influence the development of young people in the society. And those are the people we need to celebrate. In terms of programs, something like your show, Mpɔtam Morning Show, it is proven over the years to be a show that is positively oriented, a show that is centered around development, around encouraging and rallying people behind to be able to push for progress in the society. And there are several other shows like that. I remember I started a show I called the John Appiah Show, and the John Appiah Show was an exclusive personal and professional development show that is also to provide an alternative. Okay, so everybody is talking about entertainment, almost everybody is talking about sports, almost everybody is talking about other things, but we have decided to go in a particular way in the area of personal development and professional development. So I will not restrict you from going to do entertainment or go and follow entertainment pages and all that, but also subscribe to some other channels as well that will feed your soul, that will feed your mind, that will feed your psyche and allow you to be more productive in society. So I think that we together with the production team of PAPALAW Radio, we should be able to put together some top 10 social media handles that people can follow, and we can aggressively push some of these things out there in the media, because some people don't even know. Some people are not even aware of it. But if we make a conscious effort to spread some of these things, I think that with time we'll be able to get the required impact we want to make.
That's great. So how does the lack of positive role models and mentors contribute to the problem of youth indiscipline, and how can this be addressed? I am quoting you as a good role model, a positive one, of course, and I know how you've impacted lives and you continue to impact. So
that's right. That's right. I think it is extremely important. It is extremely important because you see, some of these people that are perpetuating the vices and insulting people on social media and all that, they have a lot of followership. They have a lot of influence. The things they say, people take it like, hook, line, and sinker, and swallow it as whole truth and nothing else. You know, so as of role models and mentors, they are very, very important. They are very, very important. And I think that we need to have a conscious strategy to be able to put out there those positive role models that people can actually look up to and people can actually, subscribe to. I remember somebody came to like my page and commented on my page and said, where have I been all this while? So I've always been around. I said, I am so happy I eventually met somebody like you, and I'm learning a lot from you and I'm taking a lot from you. So there are more people on social media who are doing a lot of positive things that we need to encourage, we need to motivate, and we need to inspire by encouraging other people to follow these people to be able to make something positive out of themselves. And I tell anybody or everybody who's on social media, just decide that you're going to become a positive role model. Enough of the twisting and the turning and the shaking your waist and all that. Let us also look at ways where we can let people know the talents and the skills that we have, because at the end of the day, these things are all going to contribute to the development of the society. So yes, they are positive role models, and we need to encourage as many of them as possible to continue to do what it is they are doing. So I think that maybe one day you should have a forum where you bring some of these people together for them to engage with the rest of your audiences and to let people know what it is they are doing in their own small way to make the world a better place.
Great suggestion. We'll do justice to that. So what role does community engagement and support play in preventing and addressing instances of youth indiscipline?
The community plays a big role. The community plays a big role. And remember that it is one big global village. And the notion that he's not your child, he or she is not your child, so leave the person to do whatever he's doing. And that I don't care kind of attitude that is gradually overtaking us in the society, we need to work against that. So that if we see somebody going wayward, we shouldn't wait for permission from his or her parent to be able to attempt to straighten the child, or, in a very nice way, point the child in the right direction. It is a communal something. We cannot do it alone. It's a multifaceted problem that one stream or one prong approach cannot help us. We need as many people on board to be able to solve these problems. So the society or the community has to work together as one unit. The churches, the mosques, the schools, the families, the organizations, all of us have to work together to be able to ensure the government and the non-governmental agencies, the donor partners, everybody who's part of the community should all contribute or find a way of contributing to ensuring that we are able to uphold very high levels of discipline in the society, because that's the only foundation upon which progress and development will come to the community.
So from your perspective, how can a balance be struck between addressing indiscipline and allowing young people the freedom to express themselves and explore their identities? There are some of the youth who are like, oh, allow me to be, you are boxing me, you are trying to, sit on my happiness, sit on my gift. Even in the church, you hear people say that my senior pastor, Wajimadum,
Interesting. You know, this issue of freedom and liberty, it always goes with responsibility. I think that the more responsible we are as a people, the more freedom we can enjoy. All right. And young people need to get that at the back of their minds. If you want more freedom, you should show that you are very responsible. I know of a particular university in Ghana, a private university in Ghana, when they are writing exams, there are no invigilators in the room. Because for them, they believe that you need to take personal responsibility for your actions and your choices. So they will tell you that, look, it is wrong for you to copy, it is wrong for you to do this and do that. It is exams time. There will be no invigilator. There will be no cameras. We are just leaving you in a room, hoping and praying that you make the right decision and do the right thing for yourself. And that is freedom. But you need to know that for every level of freedom, there's a certain level of responsibility that goes with it. So in as much as people would want to be free, young people want the liberty to do whatever they have to do, it comes with responsibility. The more responsible you are, the more freedom you enjoy. And even in our homes, our parents, they look at us and they realize that, oh, if John is at home, I know that he's a responsible person, so I can leave the home for 2 days and know that he will take good care of the family. But if it is Akwesi who's at home, I will not even move an inch because I know the level of indiscipline. By the time I move out and come back, he has turned the place into a party and doing something else. All right. So responsibility is an integral part of freedom. If you want to enjoy freedom, you should exhibit and manifest a very high level of responsibility. And then, as they say, once freedom ends at a place when another person's freedom starts, we need to know that it is not all about us. It is a number of us in the community, and everybody is important. If we're able to have that notion and that mindset, I'm sure we can strike the right balance.
Your Excellency, your final words.
I want to encourage everybody listening to me, whether you are a parent, whether you are a youth, whether you are a government official, whether you are a religious leader, whether you are a teacher in a school, there's a lot of work we can all do together to ensure that we raise a certain level of disciplined young people that can help to contribute to the development in our various countries and our communities. We shouldn't give up. We should constantly work in that direction and have that confidence that it's just a matter of time we will make the difference.
Your Excellency, thank you very much for addressing us this morning.
Always welcome. It's a pleasure to speak to you.
Thank you, sir.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Okay.
All right, so I've been speaking with Mr. John Appiah. He is the president for African Chamber for Youth Development and also the president for the CEO for A-Lake Consult. 57 minutes on top of the hour, 8 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live and rocking wide on www.modernghana.com, online radiobox.com. I'm going for a break. When I'm back, we'll do politics. Stick and stay right here. Year 9 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. I have on the line Honorable Daniel Shama. We are doing politics. It's time for politics. Honorable, good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. How are you?
I'm bouncing what? Echomiado.
Chomiadogo.
That's right. Honorable,
Yes.
how is Ghana? Since you are around the whole and trying to figure out things, how is the economy of Ghana? How do you see things?
Well, good morning and good morning to the listeners of PAPALAW. Actually, I'm in Ho this morning. The weather is cool. The people are moving, but you see that they are not moving with any hope. Yes, they are moving as human beings, but economic hope is not there.
Oh my God.
And just listening to one of the radio stations, people are even complaining that they are no more getting money to even buy credit to make calls to support their political party. Just now. And they were even giving warnings that Ghana should actually adjust because something has happened in Gabon this morning.
I was about talking about it.
Yes.
I was going there. So since you are there, you go ahead. What do you think is the cause of this? You've said a lot when the Niger one came, but what do you think? Because it looked like the Francophone country want their own freedom now. It started from Guinea, Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and now the feet on the list is Gabon.
Yes.
And the Gabon president have been in power for many years.
Yes. So you realize that for Congo to be in power for over 40 years or 40 years,
can you imagine?
He's been supported and then gotten there by the French. You get it right. By the French. So they become the stooges or poodles. Yeah. Poodles for the French. And now the citizens are saying that the Gabon, Central African Republic, the Gabon country is not for Bongo people or Bongo family. Now, the first Bongo president died in the presidency, and then another Bongo took over and is going for the third term.
Like a
So the
dynasty.
country, yes, so the country does not belong to the Bongo family. That is one issue, and that is what the opposition or the opposition leader or parties were using to campaign. Now the results have come. They just declare Bongo again as a winner, and then the military steps in. So you realize that in the Francophone Africa, the revolutionary wave is blowing because aside Bongo family occupying the seat forever, or for a number of years, about 50-something years now.
Can you imagine?
The economic situations too are not all that good for the people. So the people are talking. And these economic situations that are not good, is it because they don't have natural resources? No, they have natural resources. So who is actually enjoying their natural resources? Then the answer comes again, the French. So once the examples have started from Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, now Central African Republic, Congo have joined. So please, that is what is happening on the ground right now.
And they are on the same belt. I mean, they're on the same stretch. So if you want to even attack them, it will be difficult.
Yes, the same. So the only problem I'm foreseeing now is these Western countries, especially the French, they have actually structured their financial institutions and activities in such a way that my fear is if you are opting out, if you are searching French, have you actually laid some foundations down so that your economic activities can go on uninterrupted? That is another problem. Or immediately, are you going to call on any of the African or West African countries that, okay, for example, like Ghana, okay, the Burkina Faso says now we would like to use cedi. Then you know that you are joining a structured economy in terms of how we do our things, we mine our natural resources, and then we move on. So even though the revolution wind is blowing, this is what the Ganta people should be thinking about. Because if you sack the French from your country, but you still use CFA, you are still in there.
Yes, sir.
You are still in there. You are still in there. So financial activities in those countries, they should think about it very, very quickly. Because the French too will be thinking, what can we do again so that these people, even though they say we should be out of their country, we can still get hold of them.
That's right.
They must be very, very smart. Those people, I saw a video last when they were asking the French people to leave the country. Do you know what they did? They used machines to crash their cars.
Yeah, all the pickups.
The pickups, they crash them. So you see that a white man is never an angel. That devilish mind is in the mind or in the head of a white man. Crashing the cars. Even the black people will not do that. Black people will not do that. Because
Yet,
they ask you to leave,
yet
you
they,
crash the pickups.
Yet they come back to accuse us that blacks are bad.
Yes, the whites are so dangerous. They are so wicked. They are so callous. Those who don't know may not know. But those of us who know, we know. So we'll continue to say.
Honorable,
so I talked to Nanado this morning. Your Excellency, things are tough for your citizens. You've accepted that. And if you've accepted that, you are not a pastor. You accepted it, and we want to see a change. The businesses are collapsing. Businesses cannot pay taxes, but you are still forcing taxes on them. And that will result in collapse of these businesses. So Your Excellency, Ken Oforiatta, Baumia, and then Addison, please, Ghanaians are suffering. I respect it.
All right, Honorable, thank you very much for your submission. So let's go to the main issues. NDC threatens to sue EC over limited voter registration. Why do you think the EC is... Honorable, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, so why are you against the limited registration? In the first place, the EC, Jem Mensah, their commissioner, chief commissioner, says their offices will be opened in all the 268 districts. So why the hullabaloo about this?
Thank you very much, my brother.
Yes, sir.
I am not against EC because I am an NDC person. I am against the EC steps that is taking for limited registration because the decision lacks common sense. And that is all. The decision lacks common sense. I am not against EC.
You think that would disenfranchise a lot of people?
That is what I mean by the decision that they have taken lacks common sense. The common sense is that now, if people, just a minute, if she follow you, to travel several distances to go and write their names. Number one, it bounds down to the economic issues. It bounds down to money. It bounds down to money. Where are they going to get the money to travel? Then again, they said if you don't have a passport or I think Ghana card, then you must have a guarantor. These two guarantors, who is going to pay for their transportation? That is what the EC does not think about. Now, the systems, the equipment that they are going to use, now that you have made it at the district level, the possibility of crowding and time taken to get one registered as a registered voter, have they calculated it, or they are just in their offices taking salary? Have they calculated and factor into it that how many minutes will it take So if we are looking for, and then they are looking for 1,050,000 people to register, have they calculated it? And do they factor inside the contingency measure that what if the machine broke down? How do we get it resolved for the process to continue? These are the issues that have not been answered. But Jemensa just want to say that, go to the district capitals and go and register. These are the reasons why, minor things, for reasons why you are being paid. Now Ghanaians are calling. Yesterday I saw one of the chiefs on the social media from I think Bono region calling on the
warning her that she should not take Ghana to war.
Yes, because these are some of the issues. Many people will be disenfranchised. Why won't the Jemensa and Nanado Baumia and Addison Kenufureta release money? Jemensa didn't complain about money. In her presentation, she didn't complain about money. So money is there. But in a likelihood that she will complain about money, then questions arise that these are some of the reasons that we are asking Addison to resign. Why should they be putting up structures like this? Why should he be accepting Kenufureta reckless and useless debt to actually break our Bank of Ghana? While the citizens don't even have a voter ID card, we don't have it. Why we cannot register at our electoral areas? These are basic issues that people who are taking salaries and allowances should be able to answer and execute. But they are unable to do all these things. And that is a problem, and we continue to ask questions that who are these people who are siphoning our money without any strategic steps to solve our problems? They are siphoning our money, but they are unable to solve our problem. Look at Jemensa. Every decision she took ever since she came, people have to talk. Even INEC, people have to talk. People have to talk. You see, the time that NDC was talking in the past, and other smaller parties thought, it is because NDC, it is because you see what she did to them last? Why they took a decision that Monday will come and get the final decision as to how the modalities should be. This woman came out on Friday to announce that the limited registration exercise is starting on a particular date. Can you imagine this? So today, they too, they have seen what NDC has been saying. That is what NDC has been saying. MPP government and their appointees have not actually lived up to expectations of Ghanaian citizens. They have not. And they cannot say that they are doing or governing this country while the people are complaining. So, my brother, these are some of the issues that we should look at. But the main idea is that they want to suppress voters. That's voter suppression. We don't want plenty people because our government have failed. If we register plenty people, our government is likely to lose the 2024 election after the district assembly election. But I can assure them that they have already lost. Because as people are saying, and I also say, what is going to happen on the 7th December 2024 is communal labor. MPP versus Ghana. And every Ghanaian should have it at the back of his mind that we are going for a second democratic revolution. Nkrumah did the first one, we are coming with the second one. Because the people who are in power today, because of what? The corrupt money sweetness, they don't want to live. And you see, those who are following their what? Flag bearer aspirants, especially Baumia, because Baumia is doling out money to them. Our gold money.
Meanwhile, we claim there is no money in the system.
Yes, our gold money. Did you hear Mustafa Hamid saying today that he will vote for Baumia because he knows he can engage NDC? Do you see the mentality of MPP people?
face
state
NDC.
So you see that their mentality is not about governing.
So it's not about taking care of the economy, but to face NDC.
It is just about NDC.
That's a
so
critical thought.
Did you see them?
That's a critical
He has
thought.
said it from his mouth. He has said it from his mouth.
So it's not based on his credentials, but because he can talk back to back with
he can talk
your
live
candidate.
with NDC. You see, that is why I'm telling Ghanaians that this should be in marketing. We call something a niche. This statement should be a niche for Ghanaians to know that these people, even if in the likelihood of they winning the election, they are not coming to govern again. They just want to kick out NDC so that they will start be selling our gold and taking profit and tell you that they are going to buy oil for you. They just want to do what? Be in power to be taking our money. Doc, yesterday I've listened to 3 days ago. I've listened to the presentation made by Kevin Taylor on Loud Silent TV, and then you see how clandestine Kenoforiata is in the formation of Ashanti port services. That company where he forced the Gapoha to go and buy shares from the Ashanti port services and pay over 30 million within 10 days. Just because the Meridian MPS, the Meridian Port Services, have made money and then pay the excess to Gapoha, and Kenoforiata have seen that money. He has hid the money and went round like a snake using the shares buying by force to take that money. And tomorrow is pregnant. So if Mustafa Hamid is saying that yes, he voted for Bamia because he wants him to engage NDC, or he can engage NDC, so that when they win the election, then the stealing will continue. With this that has happened, tomorrow is pregnant. We have to find out how this over 33 million Ghana dollars have to be paid as a shareholding by Gapoha to Ashanti Port Services. Now, what job has been done so far? The shares were bought by force in 2022. What was the job done so far? Over $33 million. Just because they've seen that NPS have paid Gapoha over 140 million from 2021 to 2023. Now they want to take that money. These people are thieves if this analysis that Kevin Taylor has made is true. But he proved with documents. He proved with documents that this is what Kenoforiata wrote to Gapoha, that by force you should be a shareholder of Ashanti Port Services. And as a shareholder, you should pay over 30 million within 10 days. If Kenoforiata don't know that there is money there, will he force them to pay within 10 days? No. But he knew that Gapoha is taking excess money or extra money from MPS, Meridian Port Services, that Kufo has created, that Abronye was in town insulting Mahama for. Meanwhile, it was Kufo who created that company. So these are the people. They are just some useless managers squandering all our resources and making everybody suffer. And they want to continue to see us suffering. So that is what they are doing. But it is very, very pathetic. It is very, very pathetic. One in Kuma, Ghana. Ghana that Rollins has also moved out from Tatis. Ghana that Mahama has and Atamas have put on the platform for it to move up. They have sunk this country again. The money aspect, the business aspect, the employment aspect, all gone.
So the country is sinking and stinking and sunken.
Sunk, dog. It has sunk, no sinking. The president himself has admitted. The president himself has admitted. It is not that Nekusa Shama who is saying it. The country has sunk, and it is going to take us over 20 years to put it at the level that Muhammad left this nation. And then you ask your question: is this or the incompetent bunch? Is it the competent bunch or the competent with feeble minds bunch? Is it the competent bunch or people who don't know who they are? We are really in very, very dangerous waters right now. And Jemensa should not come and add a reckless worries in addition to what Nanado Kenufuriata Baumia have created, followed by Addison. You should not come and add more to it. You should think about that. Because, look, from my hometown where I spoke with you yesterday to Hokwe, now those who are coming from Adokosoko or Lipeko Krantumi to Hokwe is more than 30 kilometers. Then you take from Hokwe to Lipemate where we have the district offices for the Electoral Commission. That one too is taking you over 20 kilometers. Now you take 50 kilometers and pay money from Kokrantumi to what? To Hokwe is 15 cities. Then from Kokrantumi to, from Hokwe to Lipemate, you pay about 12 cities. Now put this 15 plus 12. 15 plus 12, about 27. Then you do in and out. About 54 Ghana cedis a day. You are going to eat. You are going to add 2 people that may guarantee for you to the car. What is the assurance that the first day that you go, you'll be able to be registered? These are the basic things that competent managers, even their secretaries, should do this for them. But look at the whole electoral commissioner goofing on this analysis. Oh, go to district capital and go and do it. Because you want to suppress voters and then you want your party. So that the looters, the looting brigade will continue to unleash this economic hardship on us. I am sure God will not accept this. And I am talking to the youth of today. Please, and please again, I'll continue to talk to you. When those of us who are now maybe about 50 or above 50 are talking to you, don't look at me and say that this person is from NDCO. Don't look at, because the Ghana currency does not know a political party.
That's right.
And your business does not know a political party. But when your business is flourishing, but when you get employment, but when you go to school and pay less, you will feel happy. That is what you are preaching. Just listen to my word and do it. It is not about politics. Because even if our party comes to power, the governance must deliver the public good and service to the people. Somebody is there today and he is not delivering, but he is giving you the money that you are taking out of the banking system in envelopes for you to go and vote for him. So now at the end of the day, we may not have banks again. We will just have contractors who will be cutting money for politicians to put in envelopes and be sharing. Then you ask yourself, if you want to be an engineer, whether when you finish the contractor can, the political person or the contractor and the politician can continue to be paying you money in envelopes. So that is what we want to put across and let the people know, the youth especially. You could see that we don't have jobs now. The jobs are not there. But these are the very people who open what? Free SHS. What does free SHS mean? Free SHS means a lot of people enrolling and a lot of people completing and a lot of people going to university and a lot of people who need jobs. But the jobs are not being created. Monies are being kept in the wardrobes. Doc,
yes,
this
sir.
is where we find ourselves today.
Honorable, the president inaugurated the second phase of planting for food and jobs to create 210,000 jobs annually. This is what the president has assured. You are still not convinced?
Please come again with that.
I said the president launched the second phase of the planting for food and jobs phase 2. And the president has assured that Ghanaians are going to get jobs, almost 210,000 jobs annually. You don't believe in this?
My brother. My brother.
Honorable.
I think it is time we tell the MPP to stop talking. Thankfully, God has helped us
with 6 years, we couldn't see the 210,000 jobs.
Yes.
But within 1 year and some months, I don't even consider the 2024 as a working year for the government. It will be politics.
Dog, what I am saying is that anybody who is an astute politician should tell you that NPP government, Nanado's government is gone. They don't know how to calculate. They just want to steal money again. They want to steal money again. Look at Dr. AKUFO-ADDO. Look at him. I am not saying look at him as a person. Look at his ministership during the time that he was there. How much debt has Cocoa Board incurred? You know, doctor and listeners should listen to this. Look, while Mahama was in office, Cocoa Board was not under the Ministry of Agric.
Yeah.
By the time Dr. Friye came, he and Nana, they thought that Cocoa Board has been pushed in under the Ministry of Agric. That is where he had the field day to create debt over there. And this person, I sent you pictures the other time.
Yeah.
Did you see those plantain suckers?
They are
Can those plantain suckers grow and employ people?
They are kwashoko suckers.
These people want to steal more money. That is all. They want to steal. Because you see the analysis I gave you about Kenufurata and Ashanti Port Services, APS, and then the Gapoha. Do you see the analysis? Do you see the way Kenufurata forced Gapoha to be shareholder? How can a government agency become a shareholder to a private company? Can you believe this? It only happened under Nanado and Kenufurata. So all that we are talking about, Kenufurata, he's just there to steal. Did you hear Adongo saying that it is like because of people like Kenufurata, that is why he will not go to church. Because of Kenufurata, this man is using white and Bible quotation to steal our money. And they want to continue. Or those that they have done, they want to be covering their back. Planting for food and job is going again. Well, what are they doing? I said these LPP people lack ideas. They lack creative ideas that can help the citizens of this country to live well, happy, and in happiness. They lack ideas because about doing all these things. Look, yesterday I was in my farm. I started a palm plantation in the year 2007. By that time, I was assistant marketing manager of Polysat Ghana Limited. And I went to the farm yesterday and picked some palm fruit. You will love it. That is the vision. Why can't government go into that vision? At areas that they know that if it is palm plantation, let us support the youth in that enclave of about 1 million palm seedlings. Let them nurture it to grow. After that, we can use it to get more palm oil, sell some to Unilever, and export some, or give some to the local industries that can use, so that this youth will be paid. Now you nest plantain suckers, and you distributed them like buffalo to people. You don't know their location. They came and dumped mine. You saw it on the video. They dump it by the roadside. And then people are just picking to their farms. The person who picked or didn't pick, you don't know. That is how MPP people squander our money. So therefore, we in the NDC, we are telling Ghanaians, don't listen to these people again. They have been a waste, and they are a waste. And also advising the NDC, in your next coming, there should be a revolution of plantation farming. Let us look at it. Palm plantation, coconut plantation, cocoa plantation. Why can't, like Sefi, where we have, government can have the youth over there who don't have the capital. You go and buy about 1 million acres of land. Let the youth employment or this forestry youth that have been working in every community, let them take charge. Let us take loan and pay these people so that we can get more cocoa and move forward. it is time for us to speak with a vision as a nation. Because you realize that when we started this tilapia farming in Vojale, do you know that it was many were Chinese who came to this country and were doing fish farming? And we're sitting down. We were sitting down. Why can't we take it as a project? A district, a region, or government? Why can't we take it as a project so that we can get more tilapia? We eat and live well and export the rest. We don't have a vision. Look at the 33 million Ashanti Port Services money I'm talking about in dollars. If you want to undertake plantation project, look, can't we get money out of this money to do so?
Why not?
We could do it. But they'll be singing to you, planting for food and job. How these people are going to get job? How these people are going to manage the process? What will be the value chain of this job that they are getting? NAPCO is at the back of my mind. And I'm sure the youth too are aware of that. What NAPCO have done in their lives. That at the end of the day, not even up to 4 years, they were sacked to go home. These are the people who are still talking. These are the people who said that when we come, we just tow the roads and make concrete roads. We are not going to make chippy roads. They rather came in and do what? And stop the road towing. That they are not seeing the money. The people who talk about moving Ghana from taxation to production rather came to close banks. Doc, are you listening to me?
I'm here. I'm with you. That's right.
Can you imagine this people? These are the people, the rich coming to this country or getting the power. They are going to move the country from taxation to production. And today, Guta people are trying to demonstrate. And today, you cannot go to Tebahabo and clear your car. And today, oil prices are high. But these people still have the guts, the audacity to tell you and I that, we are coming again to continue. To continue what? Look at all the people who have done what? Who are aspiring as flag bearers. Look at them. They are all part of Nanado AKUFO-ADDO government. Are they not part? They are part. So now if they tell you that, we are coming to do this and that, must you believe them? Must you believe these people? So it is time for us to sit down. And again, I've spoken to the youth. And I would like to speak to my brothers in Ashanti region. I am appealing to you. The days of doing ethnic politics should go. It should go. You should seek benefit for your people. Doc, do you know that Ashanti region is increasing in population so fast?
Almost every day.
But I would like to plead and ask, Otumfo, Osetutu, do you have enough factories that can cater for this population, the teeming population? Are the factories coming? I am not talking about hospitals. I am not talking about schools. Because when people complete school, they have to work in the factories. Are the factory coming under Nanado? Have the factories come? No. Even the shoe factory that Muhammad tried to reopen, I don't know how it is working today. Why can't we have factories? The only thing Nanado can do to the Ashantis is even to encourage the Galamsey for their last natural resource or cocoa that we have over there. The land should be destroyed. That is what the government have done. The Galamsey is still going on. The water bodies are being turbid, are being poisoned with the mercury and other chemicals. Otumfo, please speak to your people. Some of your people have started speaking. But the only question that will come, our plea to come is that, are we having factories that are commensurating the population increase of Ashanti region? But today, when you look in parliament, the Ashanti region alone have over 40 MPs. That is what they have. Now, when it comes to ministerial positions, if we want to share region by region, if Ashanti didn't get first, it will get second after Eastern region. Are you getting the jobs so that your children will not leave you or run away. You know, Doc, people
Yes,
who
sir.
run away from this country to other developed world are the people who are seeing that the people who are chopping Ghana money does not qualify to earn that. But they who qualify to earn that are not getting the job. So what must they do? They must take their passports and leave the country. And when this trend continues, it should be the greatest worry that we should be thinking about as a nation. Because the professionals are leaving, and leaving people who can even come to TV and talk without any paper, like Abronye leading this country. They come to talk without facts. They just come to insult people. Leaving people, like Woon to me, they don't bring papers to do any discussion. They are leading. They are leading. I am not talking to them as persons. As for that one, is aside. Woon to me is a regional chairman of Ashanti region. Not am I lying?
Yeah.
These are people who cannot go to stations, use papers to do analysis. They are leading the big elephant party in the big Ashanti region. And this thing is not worrying to them because all they think is money. When people make money and put it in their pocket, but the population in your region is increasing, Nana, your population is increasing, there are no jobs. You should be worried. Why you stamp your feet on the ground and say that, yes, the past and the present experiences that you have had, you let your people or you tell your people to take their decision. That you need to developmental decision. You are not telling them to go and join any political party, but you want development, but you want factories. Any party that can deliver that, where their past experience and present one, they should go for that. Then you see what will happen. Because at the end of the day, I can call myself an Ewe. I can call myself a Wim. I can call myself an Ashanti. But that doesn't matter when I am hungry. It doesn't matter at all. I must eat food. That doesn't matter when I give birth to children and I manage to educate them, but they don't have jobs. That doesn't matter again. What matters is employment. What matters is good pay. What matters is peace. That is what matters. And I think this is what we as leaders, both in political arenas or other arenas, should be looking at. You can be a pastor. How are you investing your money in the lives of your congregants? We don't do it. Pastors are living lavishly while there are people or the congregants, some of them are wallowing in poverty. They don't care. They don't care because the pastors are saying that this is what the politicians, some politicians too, are doing. And that will be very bad for this nation. I mention Otumfo's name because his region is one of the regions in this country, apart from Ashanti region, that is most populous. And those of us who are business people, and we are seeing this occurring, we are getting scared. Nana, we are getting scared. Why should your citizens or your children only be selling by the roadside? Only be selling by the roadside? No, it is not good. They are Ghanaians, yes. But would there be a better option if we have factories in Ashanti region? Would there be a better option? Yes. Could they live another decent life? Yes. And that is what we should be looking for. And that is what I am praying for. And that is what we should fight and work hard for. And that is why 2024 election, it must come as what? A communal labor, as a revolution for the second revolution. We must work hard and we must advise all those MPP people who will be thinking of machinating. They'll tell you we do mafia jobs. You listen to them. Look at what has just happened in their last Saturday's election. Look at it. They were using money to buy votes. Meanwhile, they said it as an instruction that nobody should go and distribute money anywhere. Whose allegation did we hear? The first person's allegation we heard is the chief of staff. The chief of staff in an office sharing money.
Sharing money on behalf of the vice
sharing
president.
money. On behalf of Baumia, sharing money. These people lack ethics. They lack ethics.
But honorable, my worry is, and we keep saying the economy is not doing well. We are trying to make the economy better, but people are sharing monies.
People are sharing money. People are sharing money. People have started sharing rice that is not produced in this country. It is not a worry to us. We import rice and share to get political votes. Come on. We go wrong. You hear about a Veme rice project, which has even sent people to jail. What is it today? When NPP people come, they just talk, and leave. Where is the Veme project? Where is the Commander Sugar Factory? Have they planted the sugar cane? These people couldn't do it, but they are promising us heaven again. They are promising us heaven. They cut money and we're sharing money. They didn't even put the money in the banking sector or system. They put the money in their homes and they are sharing. Youth of today. I said I am talking to you and I'll continue to talk to you. You are the future.
We are the future. The future of Ghana is relaxing on our laps.
Yes, you are the future leaders. Me, where I am today, I can call myself a youth, but I don't want to be putting that sugar-coated things in my mind because I have children. My work today is to nurture my children to come and take it from me where I have ended. Even though I have not ended, they should learn to start early. Do you know what it means for somebody who is 20 years to get a job in a country? It helps in the nation's development. And it helps for that person to exhibit his skills for over 40 years before he'll be going on retirement. But here we are today. People are getting jobs at the age of 40. So how many years are you going to work before you go on retirement? How many years are you going to do contributions for you to get some decent retirement package? You don't get it. All these things are very essential. So the youth that we have today, we must have a strategy where we can catch them young and make sure that there are jobs for them to do, for government to take taxes to develop this nation. And that is why Kapoha was able to build the MPS, the new Mahama factory, Abo, without taking a loan.
Honorable, this same MPS issue, we are told that Bronyes and the likes goes about saying you guys went into an agreement that almost 100 years or so we keep hearing that.
No. Did you see a Bronya holding a paper to do analysis? That is the behavior. I mentioned it.
Yeah.
They don't carry papers to do any analysis. Courtesy Ken Vitela, I thank him so much. He brought the papers. It was before who started from 2001. It was Rollins laid the foundation of Nkrumah's Harbor with concrete and all that. And when Kufuor came, instead of him to continue, he rather created, they create and loot and share people. He created MPS to partner with Ghana Ports. Meanwhile, Rollins and Ghana Ports were working like that. Kufuor created MPS and was taking some shares maybe. You get it right? And then after Mahama came to power, Mahama realized that no, this MPS, they took this project for 20 years. For 20 years, I learned 2004. So by next year, Kufuor's contract with MPS is ending. Then Mahama came and said, no, in 2014, 2015, these same people should work for this country. The policy statement was sent to Attorney General for advice and all that, and they crafted it that, yes, we are going to build a new port that will cost $1.5 billion, but we are not going to borrow money. Gapoha, you build this harbor with MPS. The MPS that Kufuor have created, that Abronye, or Sinidin the Abronye, but Onam Krum
Anyway, there's this laughable thing, a story. about this abroad you are talking about. I think the mouse and the little mouse and the mother went to a pepper farm.
Somebody's farm.
Yes, and they were just cutting it down, and then the little mouse said to the mom, "Mom, it's not sweet." Said, "You think we are here because of sweetness? It's all we are just being diabolic. Just go ahead and cut it down."
So you see, so now take the listeners should listen to me. The new contract that was made for the MPS and Gapoha to build the new Mahabo Terminal 3. The contract was signed in 2015. And so by 2025 to 2030, then we'll be getting our whole harbor back. We didn't spend a dime. Mahama didn't borrow any money there. Can you see the vision? Can you see the vision in this person? And the astute people he worked with, the Attorney General and others. But Abronye, who doesn't know or doesn't bring any paper, went to Untumi TV and was blowing what? Hot air. Just hot air for their followers. Please, I am pleading with our Akam brothers, who these political leaders who always speak at time to them, take advantage of them and then continue to deceive them. Thank God there are people today, one is Kevin Taylor, and one is some of us, the political actors, who will be explaining, please, when we come to you, give us your ears and let us see how best we can change the country. Thank you, Doc.
Honorable, your final words.
My final words today is that all the youth of this country, former President John Dramani Mahama has spoken, and with all that he has said, he has given you hope for the future, and I would like you to have that hope and then support him. It is not about NDC, because he has shown you all that he's been able to do with his boss, the late Atamils, and himself. He delivered water. He delivered electricity. He delivered school blocks. He delivered hospitals. He delivered jobs. And that alone should be enough for you. And wherever former president is, I thank you so much for your philanthropic act on the former Black Queens goalkeeper. God will continue to bless you. And we are very, very sure
that's right,
that come 2024, 7th December, you'll be voted back to office again. I thank all Ghanaians. Times are hard and very, very difficult, but let us keep body and soul together. Nobody should think about making any coup. Let the MPP people carry their shame into eternity, and let us change them by the ballot. I wish every Ghanaian all the best of the luck in the day. And PAPALAW and your team, I wish you well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable. We are grateful. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure and a blessing and encouragement to us on radio. Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much.
All right, so I've been speaking with Honorable Daniel Ashama. He was the MP for Buem constituency and also part of the national communication team of the NDC. I'm going for a quick break. When I'm back, we'll wrap up. I hope you have been educated, informed, and above all, entertained. Stick and stay right here.
egu ho no ebedu baabi no ye be kra nkofo afiama no ne no ma be ye adwuma wo Ghana na se adwuma asem na ye ka New Patriotic Party programs are ye die egu ho no ebedu baabi no ye be kra nkofo afiama no ne no ma be ye adwuma wo Ghana na se adwuma asem na ye ka New Patriotic Party programs are ye die egu ho no ebedu baabi no ye be kra nkofo afiama no ne no ma be ye adwuma wo Ghana
country. Our plans will include an aggressive job and entrepreneurial program in the public and private sectors that will deliver a minimum of 250,000 jobs every year. And a total of more than 1 million jobs across the country by the end of my term in office in 2024. We will put Ghanaians back to work to earn a decent living. We will, as part of an Integrity for Development Action Plan, launch what I call Operation Sting. Operation Sting will be an anti-corruption crusade which under my watch will involve massive, far-reaching and practical government reform. It will be a ruthless system that fights against all corrupt political appointees and public sector workers. It will be a requirement for all who serve in my government to publish their assets declarations and have the same audited by the Auditor General. Of course, the elephantine size of government, consisting of 125 ministers or more, we have been burdened with over these last 4 years will be reduced drastically. One man, one fridge. One man.
The campaign attention. Campaign attention. The campaign has landed in confusion, misrepresentations, and outright fabrication. That is
your exposure of this gentleman to the Ghanaian public killed him. That's the accusation.
See, with all due respect to you, you journalists in this country, about 80%, 90%, you are the people going to destroy this country.
How so?
Yeah, because you misconstrue people's ideas. Whatever the person puts out there, the import of what the person puts out there, you never even analyze it. You only take just a second of a statement made up. Panasu, obey your promises, I am say, me, Mumuno, near baby, I meet you. You go a bad. Sa Ahmed, no, Musho, homo pictures in the area. Somebody picture and children. When you are almost watching Madina, yes. Ayini, boy, no, Ahmed, no, when a friend Ahmed, the picture back, one fan to Sunan Yakis. God, good. The picture back, what in Madina, what bad premises of them.
Oba premises here, Momono, Sikabia, Mitia. This is where we draw the curtains on today's program, Mpɔtam Morning Show with PAPALAW Perfect. We stream live on www.modernghana.com, onlineradiobox.com, and all our social media handles. It's not too late to hit the share button, share the broadcast, and bless somebody. I came, I saw, and I conquered. Thank you, my producer, Ju GH. Thank you, PhD holder, Oheneba Kofi Prince, for steering the affairs of the blogging. Hey, our blogger. And then David Santos, get well soon. Nana Banan, Lady Kenzie, get well soon. I wish you well and a speedily recovery. Mark Black will come your way with Pillow Low Drive, and Kofi Yesu will also come your way with Ghana and some. This is where we draw the curtains. Straight up, John Crooked, I'm out.